Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Hey! Welcome to CharmedPersons, Campaign 3. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you had a great holiday yesterday. And thanks for joining us today.
No.
Announcements. This coming Thursday, we had a talk back 2 weeks ago, but this coming Thursday is going to be the next session of Monster Hearts at 7 p.m. Central. We're getting close to the end of freshman year, so come join us for the aftermath of what was an insane prior session. And then, a week from today, at 12 p.m. Central, we will have our next Campaign 3 session. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right in to today's episode. As always, it is a chilly, overcast morning in Danrek. The city is blanketed in a dreary filter of gray that matches the melancholy energy radiating throughout the populace. The streets are relatively empty. A poster with the face of Henry Whitcomb blows in the wind and down a puddle-ridden cobblestone road. A boot splashes into one of those puddles as hurried feet make their way down the crossway and joins others. Many citizens hurriedly making their way to the Baron's castle. We see a crowd forming at the gates as citizens are flowing through the courtyard and into the castle itself. For today is the morning of the 17th of Garnian, and this morning, 2 days after the Tournament of Redemption, King Reinald Savian will deliver his final judgment over Baron Lucard and Vincent and Helena Sealdor. 2 days ago, the people of Danrek were witness to the first public display of a group of adventurers calling themselves concerned citizens. They handedly defeated a chimera before exposing the Baron and the Sealdors for their crimes, alongside Councilman Trost and Councilwoman Stone. In this public display, the populace of Danrek were taken aback. Vincent tried to send his muscle after the party, but they were ready this time, and the concerned citizens killed Vox, in stark contrast to their first-time meeting. The king announced the continuation of the tournament before leaving with the party and the other council members to begin the trial. While the trial commenced, the tournament continued. A human man with great agility and prowess named Avery Silas defeated all others and earned his freedom in front of a roaring crowd. For the remainder of the 15th and for all of the 16th, the trial continued. Evidence was presented, cases were made, the party gave their statements, as well as the council members. The king did eventually find it necessary to coerce the truth out of those accused, which was done in private on the night of the 16th. But it is now the morning of the 17th, and all those responsible for the heinous acts and for discovering them are summoned to the Baron's throne for final judgment. The throne room is a large, cavernous space with immensely high ceilings. The tops of the walls are lined with beautifully ornate stained glass windows that paint the room below in a waterfall of color from the morning's light. Chandeliers and stands housing dozens of candles cast a warm, soft glow on the proceedings. The murmurs of the onlookers filing in bounce off the large walls, causing a symphony of whispers. At the throne sits King Reinald Savian, stoic and focused. Here's the king. He is stoic and focused. On either side of him, slightly behind the throne, we see the king's personal guard. 2 twin warriors, clad in deep red plate armor. They are known as the Crimson Knights, and are lauded to be the best fighters in the dynasty. To the king's right is his son, Prince Raymond, and to his left are council members Harbor Trust and councilwomen Wildra Stone. The other council members are off to the side and surrounded by some of the king's guard. But they are not detained. Kneeling in front of the king and facing the oncoming crowd are Baron Lucard and Vincent and Helena Sealdor. At the front row of the onlookers, facing those that are kneeling, we find the concerned citizens. The king raises his hand. The room goes quiet, and the king begins to speak. For the last 2 days, I and my trusted council have heard the evidence presented against the Sealdors and Baron Lucard, have heard the testimonies given, have looked at the evidence, have interrogated those involved, and have even resorted to magical use to get the truth of the situation out of those accused. With all that in mind, we come here today for me to deliver final judgment to those involved. My sentencing is final, and it will be carried out swiftly. But there is more to discuss over the city of Darioch before we get to that. Baron Lucard, Vincent Sealdor, and Helena Sealdor have been found guilty of the crimes of which they have been accused, which means Darioch is without a baron. It is also without some council members, who looks over at the council members who are not Trost and Stone, who are kind of in a little pod. Councilman Gavin Rain, Councilman Lucius Gray, and Councilwoman Neidhart, you have been removed from your positions. You will face no judgment. You will not be penalized in any other way. For you did nothing, and that is why your positions are being removed. You knew of the Baron's activities, or at least suggested of it, and you did nothing, unlike Councilman Trost and Councilwoman Stone. There is another council member that is still with the city of Darioch. Although she did not win the election, she then won by default for running unopposed. Reyna Torhart is the new council member of the city of Darioch. We see Reyna come out, and she stands next to Trost and Stone, and her brow is furrowed, and she's looking down. Definitely not taking this as a moment of pride. The king continues to speak. My son, Prince Raymond, will stay in Darioch as interim baron until the council members until the right amount of council members can be appointed. Once all of the council positions have been filled, I will confer with my son, and we will decide who best to be appointed baron whether it be one of the existing council members or someone else from the government in the Savian dynasty. But I assure you, people of Dariok, whoever I do end up appointing as the Baron will have earned the position. I do not see past my own fault in the occurrences here in Dariok. Baron Lucard was put here by me, trusted by me to see over this city. He failed me, and in doing so, I failed all of you. And I promise to do my best not to let this happen again. That is the fate of the city of Dariok, for now. There are a few more public announcements that I should make. One, if anyone were to bring to justice Aeliana Sealdor, the daughter of those accused, you will be rewarded with 500 gold in return. We know that she has left the city, but we do not know much more else. Her connections and involvement bring a danger to the Savian dynasty, and I would see her brought to justice. There is another group that has been plaguing this city. The Scarlet Cloaks. You hear some like... Certain members have already been brought to justice. Others have eluded our custody. If you are to have any more information on any members of the Scarlet Cloaks, you will be rewarded 300 gold in return. One of their leaders has been captured. 2 more remain. Some underlings have been captured as well. If you happen to find someone who can be proven to be a lower member of the Scarlet Cloaks, 100 gold in return. Now, that is the information that needs to be given to you, the citizens. And I ask you to watch the next part of my final judgment with humility, gratitude, but also empathy. Nothing should ever be done to another living being without heavy consideration. But my justice is swift. Vincent Sealdor, Helena Sealdor, Baron Lucard, you have been found guilty of your crimes. You have manipulated your positions of power, and you have been found malicious in your intent. This abuse of power will not go unpunished. Baron Lucard, you are sentenced to the dungeons of Savonia, where you will be further questioned and where you will rot. To kill you is a swift end to your acts. It is power and luxury that you wanted. So your punishment shall be a lifetime of the opposite. You see the Baron's head just fall. Helena Sealdor, you have been sentenced to the dungeons of Savonia, where you will be questioned further and held. Hopefully in an attempt to bring Aeliana Sealdor to light. Vincent Sealdor. Death. 2 Crimson Knights step out and walk forward, in sync with each other, with each step. Baron and Helena are grabbed by 2 other Kingsguard and pulled to the side. Helena is sobbing and fighting and just saying Vincent's name over and over again. The 2 Crimson Knights come up to Vincent. Vincent is sitting stoically, kneeling, looking at all of you. The 2 Crimson Knights come out and they unsheath their swords, long swords, curved blades at the end. The one on the left of Vincent Sealdor uses his right hand, placing the blade across his throat. The one on the left uses his left hand, crossing his brother's sword. The king speaks. Do you have any last words? Vincent. He just looks up and stares in silence. The king nods his head, and the 2 swords are swiftly dragged and pulled. The sharpness of both of them decapitating Vincent Sealdor. His head falls and rolls towards you, the concerned citizens. Stops 5 feet away. Blood pours on the ground. Vincent's body folds and falls. Helena lets out a scream that is so loud and so long that you can feel her vocal cords tear at the climax. And she falls, passing out. The Baron is crying as well, but not vocally. Probably more so for himself than anyone else. The king speaks again. An evil like Vincent's cannot be allowed to stay in this realm. May the gods take him. I want to thank Councilman Trost, Councilwoman Stone, and the concerned citizens for all of your efforts. People of Danrek, you have seen my final judgment. Note it. Heed it. But above all, have my sincere sorrow at these actions, but have my confidence in their end. And the guards slowly start to usher all of the citizens out of the throne room. The king gestures to all of you and asks for you to approach the throne. Do you do so?
Yeah.
Emory?
What is the vibe of the crowd? Like, are they like, hell yeah, fuck yeah, justice? Or is there some like, like,
I would say, I would say, majority hell yeah, justice.
Okay.
You know, whether that be, I mean, some of that might be people who genuinely didn't like the Sealdor. Some of that might be people who, upon new evidence, were their minds were changed on the Sealdors. Some of those might be people who just like to see this kind of shit. and people held accountable, and like the king, like it's just cool that they're watching this, so that this is something. You know what I mean? There are some people who are like taken aback by the violence of it all, and there are some people who seem just like uncomfortable. I don't think you see really anyone who's downright mad or upset.
Cool.
You all walk around Vincent's body that is collected by some guard. Helena and the Baron are pulled away. Councilman Trost, Stone, and Torhart all approach the throne as well. And the king speaks to the five of you. Your efforts in this trial, in this investigation, are, quite frankly, the only things that were able to see it through. Without everything that you learned, the information you gathered, we wouldn't have been able to see these manipulators, these abusers, brought to justice, and I thank you for that. I know that you were promised 100 gold each for the tournament. Because of your efforts, because of my thanks, you will be given 200 each. And I would like to invite you to my castle in Savonia at the New Beginnings celebration at the end of Shadmaria. You would know this to be basically New Year's in the world of Akios. This is a little over 2 months away. I would also confide in you that your assistance could still be useful. If you would like to walk away from this investigation, this trial, rejoin your city, and find yourself some peace, I would understand, and would not fault you in any way. However, there was a piece of information that we were able to discover. A letter that was given to Vincent the day before the tournament. He pulls out a letter and shows it to you. I will read it for the stream. It says, Vincent, I do express my sorrow that I was not able to speak with you one last time before leaving. The SBs and our employer will be very delighted to hear that shipments have commenced, and so I think it is best to get moving as soon as possible. Using the night as cover makes much more sense. I was skeptical of the continuation when you lost the docksman, but you have proven me wrong. You are a resourceful man. This way may take longer, but I do agree that it is cheaper and safer. I also appreciate you supplying some bronze to escort us. Please do your best to not let another lapse like this occur, or our alternate solution won't include you. Warren. There is the symbol of a dark dagger on the left, and the symbol that you saw on Warren Knifeye's sword on the right. The king says, I learned a little about this letter, but I want to know what you know of it, and what you think of it. And he just kind of like opens that up to anybody.
Trying to remember the name of the sect.
Warren Knifeye?
Yeah, we know that
Shadowblades.
symbol to mean the sect of the abyss, the eye in the corner. I don't know what you know of them, but
He kind of widens his eyes and he says, that is one piece of information we were not aware of. We knew that this symbol was something that we did not know. The symbol to the left is that of the Shadowblades. We also discovered of the existence of Warren Knifeye. I wonder if there's something else of this letter that you can determine. Something about the shipment. For I do not think My gut tells me that it is different than done before.
You mean not by ship?
So it used to be by ship.
As far as we know. That's what we stopped
Why
at
they
the
had the
warehouse.
docksman.
So if it's not by ship,
By
that must
foot?
mean by land.
Or magic, means portals.
Well, he says in the letter that it will take longer.
Oh, yes, you're right.
So it seems as though they're traveling by land. It's not impossible for us to catch up with them.
They have 3 days head start. It's not impossible, but you would also have to determine where they are headed. I think that we have discovered that they are headed to Wuldriar. There are
We believe so too.
two ways to get to Wuldriar. They are both pretty equidistant. One requires more supplies, as you must travel not really through any towns or any major ones. You can just head directly south and then to the east along the coast to get to Wuldriar, or you can head to the Horselands and Ranar and then make your way south to the forest. But again, you have my full empathy if staying here, returning to your normal lives is something you would wish to do. But if you were to help us get more information on these people, you would in turn be rewarded, not only with my thanks, but in other means as well.
We'll help.
You don't even have to decide now, but if you show up at the castle with information or find a way to get me information, then I'll know that you chose to assist. If you do, he reaches in to his cloak and he pulls out a coin, but it's large, like the size of a hand. It's gold. Probably worth 50 gold in and of itself. And he puts it down. Or he doesn't put it down. He hands it to one of you, whoever takes it.
Take it.
Okay. And he says, "This coin is the king's seal. Anyone who does work or respects the dynasty, which should be everyone you run into, I would hope, will know of and respect this seal. Specifically, you can use it at the stables here in Danrek, and you will be supplied with whatever you need. Some may not give you assistance for free, but in times of trouble, this may come useful to you. Or it may
Thank
be
you.
a hindrance. I would be wary of who you give it to. Now, I have told you my thoughts, given you my things, given you my advice. Is there anything that you want to tell me, or anything else that you want from me? And if it is within my power, and I am willing, I will grant it."
I'll kind of look at Oliver. We're looking for information about a green tiefling man who several of us have run into in our time. We know that he was here about 10 years ago. We know that his name is Damien.
He's a member of the sect of the Abyss. Could be their leader, I don't know.
It's not of importance quickly, but if you were to come across any information, it would be valuable to us.
It saddens me to tell you that I do not have any information currently, I have never heard of this man or this sect. But if I do come across any information, I will try and find a way to communicate with you. I will have a way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's one favor I would like to ask. There's a woman who lies unconscious in, I don't remember what hospital it was that Frey is in.
It's just the Danrek hospital.
Yeah. I would just like that she be taken care of while I'm gone. She had nothing to do with this and was just an innocent bystander of the Scarlet Cloaks' burnings.
Of course.
Thank you.
She will receive the best of care.
Excuse me, Your Majesty, Your Highness. I do have another request if that's not too much trouble.
Please. Now is a time when you have a king's ears. I wouldn't waste it.
So cool. There is a small farm on the outskirts of Danrek, and it is a bad place. Kids are there. It's an orphanage. I myself lived there for most of my childhood, and I would like to see it destroyed and the children rehoused, and whatever justice brought to the patrons of the establishment.
He kind of like analyzes you for a moment.
I'm like, for as confident as Emory usually is, like very much like trying very hard to play the part of like, I deserve this. Yes.
Yeah. My gut is telling me that you were a former member of this orphanage, am I right?
Yes, yes.
If what you're saying is true, young Emory, then it must be stopped. Something like that is almost worse than some of the things we discussed in the trial today. The one place a child should feel comfortable is at home. Because of the importance of this task, I want to entrust someone that you trust. And he looks over. Councilman Trost, Councilwoman Stone. I assume you will look into this. They both nod, like, very confidently. And then Stone, like, looks at you, Emory, and, like, gives, like, a knowing, like, almost, there's a little bit of pity in her eyes. Nod. And she, like, reassures you.
What's Rowina doing?
Reyna's looking down. She hasn't really looked up.
I would also entrust Councilwoman Torhart to the task as well. She is familiar, I'm sure, with, as the head of the security guild, the nature of potential justice that could be you know what I'm saying.
Reyna looks up and you see a tear coming down her eye, and he says, "But it's good to know. Councilman Torhart earned my trust last evening when she brought forth her own mother before me." And he turns and looks at her, and she just looks back down.
I'm gonna throw up.
Oh no!
No. I don't throw up. But like that Emory would like have a like just immediately like a clenching of the stomach. But like in a way of not I told you so, but can we be on the same side again? Kind of like
Yeah, can I try to catch Reyna's eye before she like looks back down?
Sure.
I want to just like give her like a knowing, like respectful nod, like a no hard feelings. You did the right thing.
It's one of those things where like, you know, where someone's just kind of crying.
Yeah.
And then they blink and then like a stream of tears comes down, you know what I mean? So she's like, there's one single tear, she looks at you, you kind of make that nod. She blinks, stream of tears, the slightest like bit of a like forced smile, but like a smile that she then just immediately looks back down and kind of like wipes her eyes and looks down.
Yeah.
If it's all right, I have one brief request as well, Your Majesty.
I'm at your disposal.
Would you be able to get a letter delivered that it is not clear where it came from?
So you're unsure of the source of the letter?
No, I am the source of the letter. I know
you would
where
like
it
a
must
letter
be delivered.
but you would like someone. I understand.
Yes.
Sure. That is. Yes. He kind of like looks around and he finds a servant off to the side, who he points to, and he says, "This man right here, his name is Jeremiah. He's worked for my family for a long time. I trust him. Before you leave, tell him who you would like to send your letter to, what you would like it to say, and he will take care of it."
Okay. Thank you.
He looks to Oliver and Danny, kind of seeing if they are going to say anything, because the other three have.
Well, I already got the Freya thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So he looks to Danny to see if Danny says anything.
No, I don't have anything. Respect that they all got requests. Nope. Thankful to be a part of this.
All right, good. I like your attitude. Thank you. Again, you have the thanks of not only me, but of the people of Danrek, whether they know it or not. I wish you all the luck of the gods on your journey, wherever it may take you. And I hope to see you at my castle for the New Beginning celebration at the end of the year. If not before. You are dismissed. And you all turn to leave, except for you, Aeliana, who stays behind. Do you want to just message me and let me know what that is? Okay, cool.
Hey!
So you stop for a second, talk to Jeremiah, explain the letter, what you wanted to say.
We got a secret
And everybody eventually, the four of you kind of wait in the antechamber outside of the throne room. Aeliana joins you after a moment, and you are now in the Baron's courtyard. The trial has commenced, and the next step is yours.
That was nuts, you guys.
Hey, can we just all pat ourselves on the back real quick?
Yes, that was a
And
lot.
It's
I've had
important that we
everybody-
celebrate our accomplishments. That was, I think, that went better than expected.
I do think that we should think about leaving quickly. We have made some enemies in the city.
We decided which way we're going to get to Woldriar.
Is that that's where
right.
we're going?
Horse
I mean-
hands.
Yeah.
I think so. I have to believe they would have taken the route that doesn't go through cities.
That's my thought as well.
Yeah, but like I really want to go to that city. Do we know anything about
Well, that's
that?
fair. I mean, that we're not going to catch them. The likelihood of us catching them is probably not.
I mean, yeah,
high,
what's
so we
the-
might as well go our own way.
Isn't the
We
fast...
could even try to get them on the way back, potentially.
Maybe.
I mean, isn't the faster way to go? I mean, I might be misheard that. To go to Renar and then go south?
They said they're about equidistant.
They're about equidistant, but it's that way is less dangerous, which then in turn could be quicker because you run into less things.
That would be that would be my vote, but
Sure.
Do we know anything about that? Or does Oliver know anything about that?
Ronhar
city?
it's known as it's in the middle of a place called the Desert Plains. It's not an actual desert. It's just like endless plains. There's like barely even. I mean, there's the occasional grove of trees for sure, but it's mainly just rolling plains. And imagine kind of Rohan from Lord of the Rings. Like, it is a horse kingdom. Like, it's a place where
We gotta go to Rohan.
it's a place where their main military is like a cavalry-esque military, and that is their main, like, a lot of the horses throughout for the king's army and just kind of almost even throughout the Xavian dynasty are like bred and trained in Ronhar.
Hell yeah.
Could go there and get like really good horses.
Sure.
Also, just so you know, because it's hard to tell from a map, the little dashes are roughly 15 miles. You can travel around 20 to 24 miles a day, which means it's going to take you roughly 20 days to get to Wolverine.
Wow.
Ooh.
Alright.
Crap.
And we only
got a
have
lot
2
of
months
crap.
until we
20
need to be
days?
at the castle.
Oh shoot! Wait, yeah. So how long would it take to get from Moldriar back up to Savonia? Like,
Actually,
double
not
that,
because
right?
you don't have to go any west and you're kind of just going straight. It's not much longer. It's about 25-ish days.
oh,
I
okay.
counted it
So
out
we don't
earlier.
have a lot of wiggle
We're
room.
only
We
gonna
need to
have,
go
like,
there, figure
5
this out.
days
We
Go.
need to go there, fix that, and then immediately
then
turn
go
back
to-
around to go to this New
Well,
Year's
5
party.
days to solve this. Okay.
Also, from what I gather, sorry, these are really good.
You could also, sorry, just really quick, Emory, before you speak. There's also, it would be going from Woldriar by ship up to like Riverbend wouldn't really be much shorter. There is the potential that you could go down the river to the east. Like, go over to Greena, get on the river, and then you'd have to cross through the mountains and the endless pines to get to Savonia, which is pretty dangerous, but that would be a dangerous route all around, especially because you're skirting the Kingdom of Lindor border.
Yeah.
But it would be a little shorter if you end up running out of time. Just wanted to say that.
That's like a last resort, I think.
Yeah.
But hey, that's a problem for future us. So
So yes, I think that we should.
I interrupt, sorry, I
Pass
just
through
want to
the
make sure
city?
that Angie, I interrupted Emory, so whatever Emory was saying.
Oh yes.
I was just gonna say that it's probably easier for us to travel as a group of 5 on horses and move a little faster than it would be for like whatever group with like multiple docksmen and like
Oh, yeah.
guards and
We can move quicker,
any
yeah.
sort of like
Yep.
Yes.
treasure that they have.
Yeah.
So we can maybe catch them a little bit earlier or move a little faster.
Or at least not be too
I mean-
far behind them.
Yeah.
Yep.
My
Yeah.
guess is that they're not stopping in town.
Right.
If I was a criminal transporting, hostages, I wouldn't stop in the city if I didn't have to. But depends on what we want to do. We know what Warren looks like, so once we get to Woldriar, we can, find him there if we don't find them on the way.
And at the very least, if we don't find him specifically, we can do our diligence around Woldriar and try to find as much information as possible about the operation as a whole.
Right. Yep.
The king really just asked for information. It would be great if we can bring these people in, but if we can't, we can't.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so do not go to Ranhar because we don't want to be distracted, or do go to Ranhar.
You're
I
kind
think
of
for like a
kind
night.
of at a catch-22. So like you have the potential of catching them if you don't go to Ronhar. If they didn't go to Ronhar, it is the
Right.
more dangerous route, and you would have to like exhaust yourselves a couple of times, like going at a faster pace. But it is possible. Or you could go through Ronhar, potentially have a quicker trip because it's a little bit safer, not have to carry as much supplies the entire time, but you might not catch them on the road. You might have to catch them in the actual city.
For me,
We
that's
also-
a good
Slightly
trade-off.
faster horses.
I think that's a trade-off. I think
We
it's-
also want to see if we can find any information about Leona, and she probably would have gone to a city.
That's what I was literally about
Oh,
to say.
that's
Like,
a good.
if
Oh,
she wants to
yes.
hide, yeah, that would be
That's a
like
good point.
the next best
Okay.
So,
place.
yeah.
In
Yes.
agreement. We're going to Ronhar first, and then south to Woltriar.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So do you guys just head
I
right
just
to
wanna
the
see more
stables?
cities.
Do you wanna? Do you
I
grab
think
anything
we
before
should
you
go right to
leave?
the stables.
I do want
Oh.
to check that post office that I told Wackety about to see if they dropped off anything, left a note or anything.
Yeah, okay, so you go and check the post office on your way to the stables. Wackety did leave you something.
Whoa.
They left you a dagger that has the symbol on it.
Ooh.
It is a silvered dagger with the symbol of the sect. He also, you see that there's some blood on it, and he leaves you a note that says, like instead of I owe you, it says you owe me, and it says 20 gold for hospital bills.
Oh, damn.
I'll leave him 15 because he still owed me 5 gold because he stole.
Nice. I was gonna
You
say
do
the
leave him
same
15
thing.
though?
I'll leave him 15
Yeah.
gold, yeah.
Okay, alright, yeah. And you have a
And just
silver
a note
dagger
that says
with
we're
the
even.
symbol of it. Oh, a
But
note
then
that says
also,
what?
a note that says we're even, but then like P.S. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Love it. And you make your way to the... Yes, Emory.
If I would I know of any sort of like holding spot or like communications, like mailbox thing or secret way to leave a note for someone in the Ravens?
For sure, yeah.
Who would you want to be leaving it up to?
So I would write a letter to Nessa,
Ooh.
and just say, hey, gonna be gone for a while, moving through Raynar, or right, how do you say it?
Ronhar.
Ronhar. If you need to reach me, send something there. I'll look for it.
Okay.
And I'll just I'll sign it, but I'll sign it with just an E.
Okay. All right. Noted.
Very cool.
Very cool. And then I'll fold
Very
it
cool
like in
and
a triangle, and then tuck it in like in middle school.
Oh, that's a love letter right there, baby.
No.
Do you like me? Check yes or no.
Yeah, there you go. So you make
Yeah.
your way to the stables, the Dariok stables, on the eastern gate, top of eastern gate, before you head out, and you present the king's seal. And Oliver, describe your horse and name them.
Oh God. Oh God. Why me first? Zach?
What's my favorite part?
What does that choose? Oliver chooses just like if you Googled horse, this is the picture that comes up. Just like a chestnut brown
Yeah,
horse.
white line down the face.
Yeah,
white
yeah,
marking?
yeah. Classic horse. Just total classic horse. Name. I'll name it Anvil.
Anvil. Okay, great.
Yep.
So you see this
Anvil.
sturdy, just reliable horse, which is
Yep.
why he
Not the
got
fastest.
but that's why he got the name
he'll get you
Anvil,
there.
because you know
Right.
he's sturdy and reliable.
Sturdy. Yep.
And that's who you find, and you start, putting on the saddle and some tack that you're also given through the king's seal. And Aeliana, please describe your horse. and
Oh my
name
god,
them.
I'm literally looking up names right now. Okay, I think that this is a white horse with black splotchy spots.
A paint.
Beautiful eyes, obviously, and I think that she's gonna name her Frida.
Frida. Okay, perfect.
Frida.
Love it. Emory, please describe your horse and name them.
Thank you for asking. I would choose a solid female Arabian, all black, very temperamental, but somehow we have a bond. And her name is Shadow.
Perfect. Love it.
How long have you been dreaming about having that horse?
Listen, I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption, okay? And it took me so long to get an
Y'all are making me want to
Appaloosa.
get back into Red Dead.
You make your way
Dude.
over to Shadow. The stable master is like, I don't know if should be
Oh.
doing that. And Shadow like kind of
I'm a
comes
horse
up
girl.
and sniffs you. All right, amazing. Rowina.
Well, I was going to describe a black horse named Shadow, so I need a second.
Okay.
No,
All
do
right.
that.
That's
That would be
wild.
hilarious if there were
Oh.
two
There's
black
two horses named
What if,
Shadow.
what if she has a
Emory are in love.
sister? What if she has a sister named Shade?
So yeah, no, I was gonna say that it was a
Shade.
girl. No, yours was a girl. So mine was gonna be a boy. So a big black horse. But Shadow still goes along with. So I want to find something that is still like my thing, you know. His name is Mist. I think his name is Dusk.
Dusk.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
good.
His name is Dusk.
So you find a brother and sister horse named Dusk and Shadow that you both get.
That's cute.
Perfect.
Brother, sister.
And last but not least, Danny.
You can't just throw this shit at me, Zach.
You had 4 people. You have no.
got to
He had so much time.
But I need prep time to think of a good name that I'm not going to regret later on, and
You
I'm.
can always change the name later.
The
Yeah,
horse
dude.
technically comes with the name. I don't
Right.
think.
Oh
But...
god.
Yeah, you were the player
So
describing what the name already was.
I'm gonna go with a white Icelandic horse, with like a floppy, kind of golden mane.
Okay, love that.
I don't know what to name. I don't know. To be determined. Come back to me later. I'll figure out a name. I can't think of this right
TBD?
now.
Okay.
No, his name's TBD.
The
No.
owner tells you that this
Don't call
horse.
him.
The owner tells you that this horse is new. They don't have a name for him, and so you're gonna have to decide. And so that's the horse that you were given.
Great.
And you
TBD.
all make your way outside of the city of Dariok, and you are on your way. You're
I am
journeying.
on my way.
You left the city.
Cue
We did it!
montage.
Emory is beside himself.
And
Like
you
this
know
is
what?
like living a book.
I
love
think
it.
I think just for fun, we should have a longer second half, and we should.
Oh my God.
We should take a little early break here.
Oh my
I don't even have
god.
the bio
cheap
yet.
place.
Okay.
So definitely get some water, go because we're gonna have a
Yeah.
longer second half. But I just think this makes sense to take a break here. So we're gonna take a break. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Oh.
We'll be right back.
Gay.
Hey, what's up?
3 days from Tuesday.
We all love each other. No, okay, hi.
We're all
It's good
just
to see
screaming,
you.
and then we start, and then.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us again. Here we go. I need a volunteer. I saw Eric's hand first. Eric, roll a d12 for me, my friend.
Yes,
Oh
D12.
yes, traveled rolls.
Angie asked for him. She's getting them.
6.
Yeah.
6. So for today, for a 6, there's only 2 of these on the table. But today is just a normal day of travel. You,
All right.
you
Uh-oh.
make your way for an entire day down the road of Dariok. It's pretty overcast, the entire day as you're traveling south. It's definitely getting colder the further south that you go. It's getting into fall, and then it's going to start waxing winter soon, and it'll be pretty chilly where you're headed, but you're prepared for that. You have some supplies. I'm going to assume that everyone has enough rations for roughly 10 days of travel to get you to Ronhar. You kind of
Nice
have
of
that
you to
just like
assume that.
in your starting kits, pretty much. So I'm going to allow that for today, or allow that for this first half of the journey. When we get to Ronhar, you will have to re-up on those supplies. And the king is able to give you some other stuff if you didn't have anything.
I also got some bonus stuff from Brack.
Yes. So you guys are well supplied for this first half of the journey, and you find some peace after some really hectic days. You have a peaceful journey together. No blades are drawn, no spells are cast. Time passes, the sun sets, or at least is beginning to, and you know that it's time to set up for camp for the first night of your journey. So
Never camped before. What do we do?
So whoever wants to, roll a survival check for me.
I think I'm pretty okay at...
Not gonna be.
I'm okay at survival. I'm not amazing.
I only have a +1.
I have a +5.
Pretty good. Oh, well, that would be good. +4.
I can do it then.
Are we doing
What
watches?
happens to
Or what,
princess
is it
and all
just
No, this is
one?
to find a suitable, safe place for you to camp for the night.
If someone helps me, could I get advantage?
Yeah, I'll say everybody's helping you, so yeah, you can
Great.
definitely get advantage.
Thanks, team. Those were 2 7s, so 13.
13,
There's
yeah. So
snakes
you find a
everywhere.
little grove
be worse.
off to the side of the road that has a small little clearing that looks safe enough from the elements, and as long as you don't have a roaring fire, isn't seen directly from the main road. And so you find a little clearing off to the side. You pull your horses, Anvil, Frida, Shadow,
Like Frida
Dusk,
Kahlo.
and
Oleander.
Oleander.
I love that.
As you all
Almond.
pull into the clearing and begin to set up camp for the night.
Angie's really nervous about this campsite, being a trained professional of finding campsites. So I just wanted to let that be out there.
Has anybody not been out of Danrek before? This is Oliver speaking now.
My first time.
This is big for you. I
Adventure!
only
Yes.
left my hometown a couple months ago, but I remember my first night outside the town was pretty scary.
No, this is. I mean, I'm glad we're just not taking a boat.
You know, traveling is not always as easy as it was today. You should know.
Oh. Yeah.
What could happen? Like, honestly.
Oh.
There's no gangs, there's no knives, there's no buildings on fire, there's no like crime. Like, this is great.
There's crime.
There's crime.
There's
crime.
gangs.
Where?
There's knives.
Knives.
There's wolves.
Dragons, demons.
Demons.
Well,
What?
just in general.
Oh, you don't
Where
have
have
to.
you been?
Yeah. Have
Just
you ran
saying.
into demons on the road?
We just
What? No,
shouldn't
no,
be
no.
prepared.
Yeah, like you can just like kind of be wandering and you're like, oh hey, what's in that cave? And then you look inside the cave and there's some like, I don't know, a giant beast of some kind in there. Owlbear, great example.
But also there will be days where nothing will happen like today.
True.
So I don't want you to freak out, Emory, that we're always going to be running into trouble. But it's a possibility. I
scarecrows.
don't want you to be super relaxed all the time either.
Yeah.
Scarecrows too.
Scarecrows?
Yeah, I actually, yeah. Oh, there are some scarecrows that you're like, hey, that's a scarecrow, and then you look away and you look back and it's like closer to you, and they're kind of like sentient
That's
things.
happened to you?
That's
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah, they're creepy.
Oh my god.
Yep, a real thing.
Well, we should definitely keep watches tonight.
Dude, Oliver looks around. Does he see any scarecrows on the horizon?
No.
Oh God.
Okay.
I was like, is this gonna be the next squirrel, or he does and it isn't one? I'll take first watch. I'm not tired yet.
Should we go in groups? We don't have enough
Yes,
to go in groups.
No, one
I can
person
take
would-
first watch as well.
One person would have to have a watch by themselves for everybody to have a long rest.
Do I need to sleep? I think I'm just...
everybody needs.
Or I can go. I'll be fine on my own for the first one. Like I said, I'm not tired.
All right. Well, I can take the second.
I'll take a second.
We got the third.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Good job today, everybody.
Yeah. Big day. Saw someone get decapitated in front of us.
We all do want to like go to this event at the palace and give information to the king, right?
It would be an honor.
Yeah.
All right.
To be honest, I don't really have anywhere else to go, so.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh man, probably should have asked what the dress code for this thing is.
I'd say formal. It's a king's
Maybe
event.
we make the goal to get there a day early, and maybe the king will help us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like is an owlbear like it's an owl and a bear, or is it like a specific thing? Because I've read a lot of books and I've
Both
never
of
heard
those things,
owlbear.
yes.
And
It's both.
what part is the owl and what part is the
Like
bear?
the face is the owl. The head, it's like a
Nose.
bear, like a bear. Think like a bear, like the biggest bear, but then like feathers and then like a head of an owl.
Like a bear killed an owl and then is wearing its skin.
I can't really picture
Oh.
that.
I
No.
kind
It's
of,
much
I kind
smaller
of
than a
do want to
bear.
see that though.
They're fascinating beasts.
Yeah.
I've never seen one, but I've read
Okay.
about them.
I think
Okay.
a chimera is enough for me. I'll pass on any other large, scary beasts if we can help it.
Does anybody else feel bad about that whole chimera situation? I didn't really like that. It seemed like I don't like being used in a show like that.
I mean, they're also but also they're evil creatures. So
Right, but even I think it still deserved a better death than that. It would have been humiliating.
Right.
I think it's easy to label something as evil, but you don't really know.
I mean, if I'm being honest, it was uncomfortable to watch Vincent die, and I know he's done horrible things. So.
I agree.
I think that is good to feel that way.
Reyna told me once not to ever become complacent with death. So, I don't know, maybe just thinking about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I've enjoyed it or I take pleasure out of it at all. But we kind of have a rule at the house. You know, one of the first things I teach you is when you are in that position to take a life, to never do it out of hatred or anger. So, you know.
I can't believe it all happened today. It feels like a lifetime.
Yeah.
Just good to know that there's somebody in charge who will do the right thing.
I almost can't believe it.
I know.
That's crazy that Reyna turned in her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a surprise. To be sure.
I don't think I ever thought that Reyna was a bad person. I think I always thought she would come around, but it was her mother.
She seemed misguided. Worst.
Mm-hmm.
She could have also done it to, save her own skin.
She could have. I don't think she would have, though. If she really believed that.
Well, she'll have a chance to redeem whatever it is she may have done, I suppose.
I guess we're a bit more than just concerned citizens at this point.
I don't really feel like much more yet, so.
I love the name.
It's a great name.
It feels fitting still, to me anyway.
We just need like a cool nickname or something so that when it's being announced to a crowd like that, it sounds a little cool.
I think that sounds cool. And I think that our actions will make it cool.
All right.
We do need a logo, though.
Yes.
Aeliana.
See what I can do.
I'm sure it'll be great.
We should get some rest. It was a easy day of travel, so who knows what tomorrow brings.
Yep.
Early morning tomorrow.
All right. You eventually find yourself at rest. Watches come and go. Nothing occurs. You have a safe night. Further proving to Emory just how great travel and camping is.
It's so nice out here. It's so quiet. What?
You wake up the next morning, have some dried fruit, bread, maybe some seasoned dried meat for breakfast. Start to pack up your camp.
Berries.
Saddle up on your horses. And who's rolling the next D12 for me?
I will.
Okay, Angie.
It's so easy.
Emily, you can
Traveling
roll the
is
next one.
so easy. Watch it be the other.
Don't say anything. Don't jinx it.
What was the first one?
6.
7.
7. Okay.
7 hydras.
7 puppies come
nice
up.
idea.
Just have a nice time.
We just reenact the first scene
Hi,
from
Rose.
Game of Thrones where they find the direwolf puppies.
Turns into
We each get
102
one.
Dalmatians.
My dog, can we have a dog too,
Michael's
please?
favorite movie.
Hey.
All right. As you are traveling down the
Oscar-nominated film. Yeah.
road, as
Is it
you are
really?
traveling down the road, I'll say Danny with his high passive perception. Actually, don't Danny and Oliver have the same passive perception? No, Oliver just has the high passive perception. What are
I have
passive
16.
perceptions?
Gee, I was like, mine's pretty high.
16.
I have 16.
Mine's 17.
17.
I'm to 12.
12, 14.
What's your 17? How did you beat
11.
it?
Okay, so Danny and Oliver, as you guys are traveling down the road, ahead of you, you see approaching a wagon
Albert.
that's pulled by a large creature that doesn't seem to be a horse. As you get closer, you can see that a giant boar is pulling this wagon down the road. And you see it approaching you. Do you do anything to veer off the path, or do you just keep heading towards it?
Probably get off the road like a little bit to give them room to
But
pass
not
us.
like
But
going into
It's our road
Yeah.
as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, you make
Agreed.
room, but you're both still traveling.
Yeah.
As you approach, you see the giant boar pulling the wagon down the road, just kind of clopping on its way. And on the back, you see a cloaked figure with a purple hood that's up. You see a purple-skinned face as he approaches. And you hear, good morning! How you doing this morning?
good.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
Safe travels so far, you?
Oh, same. Luckily. Well, I wouldn't be able to interest you in any wares, would I?
Like
what
what?
kind of
Wares?
wares?
He pulls back his hood.
Oh, is it?
And you all see a purple tiefling man.
There it is.
And he has curved ram horns, purple skin, red eyes, long pointy ears. He's wearing
Who
a
is
really
that?
colorful coat.
What the hell?
Oh my
The
god.
link that binds all campaigns.
He has jewelry on his horns and
Oh,
all over
no.
him. And he says, "My name's Moliander, and I am a traveling salesman of all kinds of things arcane, and also a teller of fortunes, if you're interested. And was wondering if maybe you'd be interested in checking some things out that I might have."
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's pull off the road here, just in case anybody starts to pass by. And he pulls over to the road. He gets down off the wagon, walks over to the giant boar, and kind of like pats him on the side. You're doing a good job, Bacon. And he walks over. He walks over to his wagon, and he pulls this string on his wagon, and the side of the wagon flings up, and two long poles fling out and implant themselves, and you just see this like traveling cart with all kinds of little arcane items.
Oliver jumps back in fear when he does that. You guys notice?
You see some little magic items, couple potions, nothing crazy, but he has that. And then he also, there's a sign on the bottom that says Molliander's Magical Wares. And then, like, kind of beneath that, it says Fortune's 1 gold apiece. And he kind of just, like, shakes his hand, rubs his hands together. So, what could I have you interested in?
What kind of items are we?
Yeah, so looking at the items,
Anything like that sphere that Oliver has?
nothing like the sphere, no. You see a few things. You see a couple of what just look like regular healing potions. You see a little bag, a little baggie that clearly has something magical going on with it. You see 2 more potions, a green one and a orange one. You see a deck of cards.
Dude.
You see you see a pair of goggles that are shaped like an eagle. You see this like gray little flask thing, and you also see a like large, like brimmed hat with like a big feather sticking out of it. And those are the items that really are pointed out to you.
Can I look at those goggles?
Yes. So
those goggles.
he holds those out, and he says, "Oh, these right here. These are called the Eyes of the Eagle." And he like kind of puts it on your face. Mechanically, while wearing them, you have advantage on perception checks that rely on sight. In conditions of clear visibility, you can make out details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across. So you like put them on and you immediately see your eyes like kind of like focus and zoom. And he says, "You're gonna be able to see a lot better with these things." And kind of like takes them off your forehead and then puts them back down.
How much would that be?
Those right there, that's gonna cost you 50 gold pieces.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay.
I'll take those.
Okay, so you buy the Eyes of the Eagle.
Can I see the flask?
Yes, he pulls it. You see, he gives you the flask, and there's this like swirling pattern on it, and he releases this stopper, and this thick gray smoke starts to pour out, and it just continues to pour. And he kind of like puts it in the air, and it's pouring and pouring and pouring, and then he puts the stopper back on it, and he says, "And that'll never stop. That's the ever smoking bottle."
How much is that?
He looks at it, and he says, "Oh well, that's gonna." That's going to draw you 50 gold pieces as well. Just so you know, mechanically, smoke leaks from this lead stoppered mouth bottle. You can use your action to remove the stopper. A cloud of thick smoke pours out in a 60-foot radius. The cloud's area is heavily obscured. Each minute the bottle remains open, the radius is increased by 10 until a maximum of 120-foot radius, so 240-foot diameter. The cloud persists as long as the bottle is open. Closing the bottle requires you to speak its command word as an action. Once the bottle is closed, the cloud disperses after 10 minutes. A moderate wind can disperse it after 1 minute, and an even stronger wind can disperse it after a round.
What potions did you have, friend?
All right.
Yes, I was interested in those
so
too.
he pulls out the potions. Give me just a second. I didn't have all these in the same spot.
After y'all have finished your stuff, I would have just wanted to grab a healing potion.
The healing potion will also
Barter
cost you 50
at the
gold.
end.
That's fine. Is it just a standard healing potion set?
Standard healing potion.
Cool. Thanks. Sorry, guys.
Yerp.
Traveling is awesome.
Yeah, you think so, huh?
Yeah, I do.
The green one is a potion of. He describes it as a potion of animal friendship, giving you the ability to cast animal friendship at will for an hour. Yeah, you can cast the spell animal friendship at will for an hour if you take that potion, and then the orange one is a potion of growth. When you drink this potion, you gain the enlarge effect of the enlarge reduce spell for 1d4 hours.
And then the other ones are just healing.
And then there's 2 healing potions, yeah.
How much for the growth?
50 gold apiece.
I have a question for Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm trying to plan my finances.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, I know how much like the cost of like a set of like full like plate armor or splint armor would be. How much would it be if I made it myself? Like just the like.
If you just got the materials and made it yourself, I'd say. Because what's just a normal amount of plate armor cost? Do you know that off the top of your head?
According to this, it's 1,500 for plate, 200 for splint. Right now, I have chainmail.
200 for splint. It said.
Yeah.
To buy.
Yeah.
And that's what you would you be looking to do that or plate?
I mean, eventually, I would like to do plate.
Yeah, I would say for split armor, if you had the materials. 70 gold. For plate armor, 500.
Oh my god! All right, yeah. Awesome.
Now these are just regular suits of armor, obviously not magical.
But I can make it magical.
But you can make them magical. That's true.
All right, cool.
I mean, that's forged domain cleric. It's part of the gig.
Is anybody else looking to buy something? We can maybe make a purchase.
What's All right, I'll do it. What's this? And I'll pick up the deck of cards.
Why'd you do it?
Emily.
He says, well, this right here, that's called the Deck of Illusions.
I was like, what?
Quinn had one of those. Those are fun.
It's basically the box contains a set of parchment cards. It has 34 cards. The magic of the deck functions only if the cards are drawn at random. You can use an action to draw a card and throw it on the ground within 30 feet of you. And then, based on what card you draw, an illusion of a creature will appear where you throw the card. Yeah. These right here, this is a little bit harder to part with. I'm going to have to say this would cost you 100 gold.
Oof.
Oh, it is cool. All right, sure.
Wonderful.
Well, surely if we buy a potion of healing, the deck of illusions, and possibly the potions of growth would be some sort of.
And a fortune, please. Do you hold them?
And
fortunes
some
are on the house now that you've bought some items for sure. Fortunes are on the house.
Yay!
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Oliver.
I don't know why I said anything. I don't know this one.
Well,
Oh my god.
Can you guide yourself?
I don't have guidance. That is a 2.
2. He says, "Oh, my prices are quite fair and final, I have to be afraid. But fortune's on the house if you want them."
Yes.
It's all right. Yes.
All right,
You
so
did
just to
Sure.
be clear, we got a healing potion and the eyes for Danny. We've got the deck of illusions for Rowina. We've got anything else?
I'll do the potion of growth.
Okay, 50 gold for the potion of growth for Oliver.
There was no weapons that you named,
No,
right? Like
no
any,
weapons.
yeah.
No.
No, I don't
Okay.
have any.
He hits the sign that says fortunes, and like a little desk comes out that he kind of gets behind that has cards laid out on it, and he says, "All right, this is honestly my favorite part. I'm gonna have to do it one at a time. Who's first?"
Me.
Wonderful. Come on here. He reaches out his hands. Grab my hands.
What? Oh, sorry.
What's your name?
Aeliana.
Aeliana. Great. He kind of like takes your hands and put them so that they're like this, and he has his hands around yours, and he kind of breathes deeply, and then without opening his eyes, grabs the cards and just begins to shuffle them. And much like you saw WHAT do, he's like extravagantly like extending the shuffle, and creating all kinds of ornate formations in the way that he shuffles. And he finally like slams the deck down, and still his eyes are closed. And a card, as soon as his eyes open, you see just a white glow where there was red, and a card begins to float into the air and spin. And as it spins, it turns and it lands in front of you. And you see on your card, Aeliana, an eclipse. And he tells you, with his eyes open, kind of in a monotone, his accent disappears. And he says, "A darkness hides your light. This is temporary. Your light will shine again, but it must shine on those you love first." And he kind of closes his eyes and like shakes back. Right, I have no idea what I said or what you got, but I hope it helped.
Did we all see that?
Yeah, everybody saw that.
Can I do like an Arcana check, or well, I don't know what kind of check it would be to see if this guy's just like full of shit.
For sure, yeah, I would say an
Or if he's,
Arcana
like,
check's a
putting on
great
a
check.
show.
Yeah.
I want one.
12.
12. I would say with a 12, you can definitely tell there's some kind of magic going on, and you can tell that it's not illusion magic. If anything, you feel a sense of divination from what's happening, as in a magic of the divine. And so yeah, but you don't get any like malicious, illusory trickery from him. He looks at you, Emory, and he says, "You're next?"
Yeah.
Wonderful. He reaches out his hands. And what's your name?
Emory.
Emory. And he exhales, and as he does, he begins to shuffle. He slams down the card. His eyes open white. The card reaches up. It spins around. And you see a heart that has two hands around it, almost as if it's embracing the heart. Like these hands are giving the heart a hug, almost.
Aw.
And it says, he says, "You will find that which you do not seek. Look around you before looking in front of you." And then he comes to again. "Thank you."
Okay.
All right, who's next?
I'll go.
Oh, wonderful. And he sits down, goes through the same thing. Card spins up. His eyes are open white. And Rowina, you see an open, glowing book. And he says, "You will find the answers you have been looking for. You are on the right path. Seek out more of your kind. Search for Icarus."
What?
Okay.
And he
A cool one.
comes to. Ah, whew. All right. 2 more?
I nudge Oliver forward.
Yep.
All right. Goes through the same rigmarole. Eyes open. Card comes up. Oliver, you see a broken chain link. And he says, The one you love can be freed, but a sacrifice must be made. And then it kind of comes to with a big smile. Hope that helps. All right. Young man, last but not least.
Yeah, that's me. All right, let's do this.
He sits you down, reaches out his hands. And what's your name?
Danny.
Danny. Slams them together. Takes in a breath, shuffles the cards, his eyes open wide, the card comes up, spins, and you also see a heart. But yours has stitching in the middle, almost as if it was two halves of a heart sewn together. And he says, the pain of the past will no longer have a hold on you if you confront it.
No.
And then he comes to again. Right, so I hope you all appreciate that. Once again, my name's Moliander, and it's been a pleasure to meet you. And he just starts putting down the wagon, folding up the poles, putting it all together. He gets his cloak, puts his hood up. He looks over at you, Rowina. Puts a hand on your shoulder. It's nice to see another blood of a Luna. Good luck. And he jumps up on his wagon, switches the giant boar. All right, Bacon, off we go. And the giant boar starts to pull the wagon, and Moliander pulls away from you.
This is so fun. Why didn't we do this, like, at the beginning?
What, go on the
That was
road?
Wild.
Yeah.
Yes, that's certainly never happened to me on the road before.
No.
Pretty cool.
Damn.
You're all just kind of like sitting in silence and awe a little bit.
It was cool.
Yes.
Mine was kind of lame, but
Same.
yeah, like look aside of me or on the side of me rather than in front of me. That's like, I don't know. Seems, and I like look to the side. Trees.
Look
Flames.
around. Look. It's fine. It's your own journey.
Metaphor
Yeah,
it's-
maybe
yeah,
more than
It's their
literal,
fortune.
perchance. Yeah.
You're doing it. Oliver has a huge smile on his face.
So, got looking around. Oliver had to go insta sacrifice something for someone he loves. Hey,
Who do you love?
I didn't want to ask, but I'm also really curious.
It's a fortune.
Oh, so
That's not an answer.
Right.
Oliver is the king of like sidestepping a question.
You ever had a
I've gotten
Krispy
pretty good
Kreme?
at it, yes. You have pain
You'll
in your
get
past,
30 one of
Danny.
these days.
Yeah. Does anyone not have pain in their past? Who has just an unequivocally like awesome life before this? Anyone?
Some
All
guy-
right.
Ah!
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's an owlbear.
Yeah, I got pain in my past. Don't think that's super unique. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, peculiar fellow. Mount was.
Most great
Moliander.
heroes in all stories have.
We're
pain.
getting sidetracked. Oliver, who the hell is this person that you were in love with?
He doesn't need to answer that if he doesn't want to.
Thank you, Aeliana.
Fine.
Truth or trial?
Would you like to play?
Oh God.
Be hard
What
to
are you
do when
asking?
we're on horse.
I don't
We
know.
could do tonight at camp.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah.
Smash cut. You're sitting at camp.
Wow. What a wild day, everyone.
Literally
Any
just like a
dice,
Star
right?
Wars screen wipe, and you
Yeah.
guys are around a
Incredible.
bonfire.
Incredible.
Yeah. It's nighttime. I'm gonna put on the noise that Michael hates.
Noise.
Emory, do you want to start?
Fluorescent lights? Oh no, it's fine.
Yeah, kick us off.
Truth or trial? Oliver.
Right.
Okay, it Which one was it? Odds, evens.
Odds was
truth,
trial.
Right? Yep.
Evens was truth.
Evens is truth.
Evens
odds
is
is trial. Any dice you want.
D20, and that is an 11. So
No!
Dang it!
Darn it!
Sorry, fates have spoken.
Rounds.
I trial you to
Tell us your.
I would look around. Are we like, what's the campsite look like? Who picked it, or like
where you're at is probably similar to last night, like a clearing in a grove of trees. Like you're basically this first trek of the trip, you're kind of like going through a forest.
I already know that he likes to be naked, so that's not fun. So like,
Yeah, definitely don't ask him to do
run
that.
around.
I don't like to. It's just a okay. I'm just comfortable with my body.
I think you should go into that forest or into those. Is it? There's no forest really.
Yeah, you're kind of in the forest.
I dare you to go farther into the forest and yell, and then run back here.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
That's
Sure.
That's so dangerous.
all right.
Remember? Okay.
It's
remember?
trial.
No, for sure. But remember, no, it's cool. This will be a good learning experience for Emory.
Yeah, I think
I'll
this
go
is good.
and I'll try my best to sound like an owl bear. I don't know what kind of noise they
I
make,
love that.
but I'll
Make
try
a-
to imitate an owl.
Make a performance check.
All right. I rolled a 19, but I think it's a -1, so 18.
I mean, you
Pretty
guys, Oliver goes beyond eyesight into the forest, and then from the direction of Oliver, you hear like a surprisingly like loud, kind of guttural screech.
How in the?
What was that?
Damn.
I'll rub some like dirt on my face and just like sprint back to camp. Did you hear that?
What was that? What was that? Was that
Are you
one of
scared?
the? Was that an owlbear?
Yes.
Was that? There's an owlbear out there.
That was me.
It did sound a bit like an owl bit.
Is that what
Hey,
they
it was
sound
your
like?
trial. As far as my, that's what the books described it as. Never actually heard one.
Hell yeah. That was fun.
Good job.
Thank you. Danny, trial or truth?
Roll.
Yeah, that's a 2. So
Truth.
truth.
Oh, truth.
Angie's so stoned.
I love this game. Got some of those good berries.
Yeah.
Do you wish you were still
Oh, good berries is a
dancing
great
professionally
name for edible.
instead of out adventuring, leaving town?
Oh, that's a good question. Kind of, yeah, actually.
Maybe.
Think that's, yeah. Do you need me to like elaborate on that?
No, you answered
Or
the
is-
question. You can elaborate as much as you wish.
Yeah, I miss.
You're very good at it.
Oh, well, thanks. You haven't seen me really do my thing. I can jump crazy far and high. That was sort of
Ooh.
my thing, was that I was able to like
Dang.
jump and look kind of weightless as I did it.
Well, I'll remember that for the next trial.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right then. Row.
I'm gonna roll a d8 because why not? 6. Truth.
Truth. Okay. Truth. Are you like? Do you have good feelings about this Damien person? Or is this a revengey kind of want to find someone?
I'll pull out a notebook.
Oh my god. The Aeliana would smack his arm.
That is a more complicated question than a yes or no answer. I don't know who my parents are, my blood parents. I have a lot of feelings around that. If this person was my father, then I would like to know, but I don't know what I would do about it. There's a lot I need answered.
Can I insight check that she doesn't know who her real parents are?
For sure. Well, insight check.
21.
She's being truthful.
Truthing her truth.
Truth in my truth, man. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Who had Aeliana?
18.
Truth.
Love of these truths.
Do you want to find your family?
Yes. Absolutely, I do. Very badly. I wonder how far they've gotten. If they are all in the same place or if they went to different places. What jobs they might have. I think about it all the time.
Do you know where they were headed?
No. Away. From home. That's all.
Maybe we could check where we end up. Maybe they could be there.
That's possible. Is that the last one?
Emory technically has
Henry?
Doing a D4.
Ooh, risky.
4. Truth.
4. Oh my god, it's all truth except for the one person we wanted the truth from. That's
oh
so
my
rude.
god.
Emory, what do you hope will happen next with the orphanage? If you could choose anything, what would it be?
Whoa. I mean, I guess I hope they all find homes, especially the younger ones. I really think Felix, I kind of hope he meets the king. I don't know if he will. I don't know if the king's gonna like go there, but if Felix can meet the king, I think Felix is really smart and he would probably be a great like aide or something.
He'll probably at least meet the prince. Prince will be there for a while.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think I know we're not supposed to want people to be hurt, but I don't know. I hope Helene fucking gets what's coming to her.
I don't think it's wrong to hope for justice.
Yeah. Yeah. That's... Yeah.
So, as a recap, I'm just curious, as a recap, I know Aeliana has siblings. Oliver, do you have siblings?
No, only child.
I have a younger sister.
None that I know of.
Just thought, general of trying to get to know everybody better.
I have many
Emory,
siblings I can share. Sometimes
Emory,
I want
do you know
to.
if you had any siblings? Do you know anything about where you came from before the orphanage? Do you care to know, or is it just past is the past?
No, haven't really thought about it. I just kind of always was at the farm, and then I was in Danrek.
Do you remember anything about before the farm?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
It always feels like it's going to be so fun.
The game?
Yeah. Always feels like a good idea, then I feel like bummed out.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
It means we're getting to know each other. Honestly. Without only telling the good.
Where's your sister, Danny?
If I'm totally honest, I don't really know. She's kind of a wanderer. Awesome, cool, we get along great, but she kind of does her own. She kind of does her own thing.
You said younger?
Yep, younger. I'm 32. She's 27. Her name's Eleanor.
I like that name.
Yeah, she's cool. She actually has her own little group that she hangs around with.
She's an adventurer?
I think so. Like I said, she's super. Last I heard.
Do they have a name?
God, I actually don't know.
I bet it's not as good as the Concerned Citizens.
Probably not.
I don't think anything can be as good as that.
No, she's pretty rad. But she's always just wanted to do her own thing.
Well, I hate to be pessimistic, but we had a very uneventful day of travel, then a very great day of travel, so
tomorrow's probably going to be bad.
Who knows what tomorrow?
It's a roll of the dice,
Like
It's
a scale of 1
like
to 12.
that, yes.
I really like that metaphor for this. That's really
yeah.
You should have been a poet at the university.
All right, so you eventually find yourselves asleep. Does anybody do anything before you go to sleep?
I mean, we would plan watches, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You go throughout your night, get the benefits of a long rest. Watches are peaceful.
So I would have asked, if I was taking another watch with Oliver, I would have asked for like an actual like meditation help thing.
Sure. Yeah, I could take him through like a guided meditation. Sure. Kind of like start at your toes, work your way up to the top of the head type thing.
Sure.
Body scan.
Yep.
Okay, so Oliver helps maybe for the third watch so that you see the sunrise. And it does, and your watches go off without a hitch. And it is now the 19th of Guardian. Emily, you were next, so go ahead and roll.
The Emily and Emory thing is really messing.
I know.
Sorry.
Oh. 8.
Oh my gosh, 6
wow.
That's gotta be good.
All right.
Another uneventful day.
I want it so bad.
Change my mind,
Traveling once again kind of through a forested area. And off in the distance, you hear, the sounds of like struggling, and you hear some growling.
It's an owlbear.
And it's like off into the forest a little bit, and then you hear like the grunts and the screams of like a male individual.
Oh.
Flip my goggles down. Flip my new goggles down. Can I see any? What can I see?
Through the trees,
What
it's a
can
little
my
bit
eagle
hard,
eyes
but go ahead and
see?
roll a perception check. You have advantage on
What's
this.
the weather?
Thank you.
Ooh,
nat 20 on the second one.
Overcast. With a nat 20, you can clearly see through the trees that there is an individual fighting off a pack of direwolves.
Yes.
We should go
Yo.
help.
Looks like one of them is already down, and he's fighting off two others. Small pack.
So
Let's
it's one guy
go.
fighting two direwolves?
Yeah.
We're the
That's
heroes.
nothing. We won't even have to bull. This is nothing.
Yeah, we should go help.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you start making your way. What do you do?
Oliver would try to start making noise
Okay, so
to either scare them away or draw them from the person to us.
Oliver gets out his shield, starts banging his hammer on
Banging
his
it, yeah,
shield as he's. Are you on your horses?
Yeah.
I would have gotten off of mine and kind of weaving through the trees so that if Oliver's distracting them, I kind of want to be the pincer that, like, if they go after them, I can sneak up.
Okay,
behind them
yeah.
unnoticed.
Let's go ahead and have everybody roll initiative.
It's still cool, travel.
A nat 1.
Aeliana got a nat 1.
16.
That's a 5.
16 from Danny.
14.
15.
14 from Oliver. 15.
14,
from
15,
Amelia.
16. Cute.
Emory.
19.
19. And then I need to get out this thing. He gets a 7. And they get 14. What is your dex, Danny? Oh, wait, way higher. Never mind.
4. Plus 4.
Or wait, no, Oliver. Sorry, what's your dex, Oliver?
I think a 12.
Because you got a 14, right?
Yeah, I got a 14, 12, yeah.
Okay, so they're actually before you. Okay, at the top of the turn order, Emory, you are making your way towards these direwolves. They're in a small little clearing. You see the man is currently kind of like keeping them at bay with his sword. And they are kind of like surrounding him. They turn to look in Oliver's direction. One of them does start heading towards all of you. You are on horseback about 40 feet away from these wolves.
Okay. I would unsheath my rapier.
All right?
You said 40. Oh, 40 feet. You said though.
40
Never
feet,
mind.
yeah.
So then I'll do my short bow then, because
Okay.
I can't make it 30 feet. I want 30
Do you move closer?
I would be, yeah, it would be as I was riding up.
Okay.
We're on horseback?
Those of you, I asked if you were on horseback. and
Yeah,
Danny
I'm on
said he
horseback.
was.
A horse has 60 feet of movement. If that changes your decision.
Oh, that's alright. So yeah, then I'll do my rapier. 'Cause I
Okay,
feel
so
better
you
with that.
just basically like cavalry style gallop towards this, and you go for your rapier at this wolf.
And
You
I
have advantage because it is not
Yeah.
gone yet.
yeah. That was a 4 and a 2, so no.
What's the total?
Well, so it would be 10
Okay,
on
yeah.
the
No, that doesn't
advantage. So then I would.
You're just not used to. I mean, you are not used to fighting
Yeah,
horseback
yeah,
at all. You
absolutely,
swing your
for
rapier,
sure.
the wolf just kind of like ducks underneath it.
It felt so cool in my hand.
Yeah, but these dire wolves, like you notice, like your horse is only a little bit taller than this wolf. Like
Okay.
it is a huge wolf.
Yeah, then I would probably, just so it doesn't get an opportunity attack, bonus action disengage and like keep going. So it would be like I could just continue, and then like turn back.
Yeah.
With the so I made it the 40 feet, and I'll just use the extra 20 feet to like kind of curve around towards the guy.
Totally.
And then that is my turn.
All right, that's the end of your turn. Danny, you're up. Rowina, you're on deck. Danny,
far?
you're pretty quick, so I would say you got on feet, and you have a 45 feet movement, right?
Yep.
So yeah, you're within 25 feet of these wolves.
Okay. I'll just go towards the nearest one to me and make a couple checks.
Emory goes past the one, swiping his rapier. That's the one that you go after it's distracted. You run up to it.
That's a 25.
That'll hit.
Nice.
Roll for however many attacks you're going to roll for. And then roll damage.
Yeah, 19 on the second one, 19 on the die on the second one.
Yep.
So that's
That'll hit.
yeah. So that was 3, 6, 8. Hey!
You can just give me total damage.
Yeah, I'm just bad at math.
No, you're good. So you know.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
17. Nice. So what does it look like as Danny comes up and attacks a direwolf with his bare hands?
I think the first hit is I'm coming from behind, I grab its tail and I yank it back towards me.
Yeah.
And then the second hit is like an elbow to like its eye.
Yeah.
To one of
so
its
you
eyes.
Pull it back. Using its momentum, you stay where you are. It slides past you. You elbow right in the face. It goes to like bite at you, and you are definitely engaged with this wolf. Is that the end of your turn?
I think I am also going to spend. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a flurry of blows. I'm gonna do a hand of harm.
Okay, spend a key point to do hand harm.
Yep. So it's going to be 2 plus 2, an additional 7 points of necrotic.
Nice. You pull back the tail, elbow the wolf right in the eye. It lets out a as it gets hit. With that, you like pump in some necrotic damage. You see that eye immediately like gray over, and there's like just like a black patch of fur, right where you have elbowed this wolf. It's looking hurt.
Cool, that's all I can do.
That's the end of Danny's turn. Rowina, you are up. Then the wolves, then Oliver.
Whereas everybody is sort of like running in closer, I'm going to sort of stop a little ways out, just to get some distance. And I'm actually going to aim at the one that is still attacking the guy.
Okay, yeah.
And cast a chromatic orb of lightning.
All right.
21 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll for damage. Roll for damage.
13 points of lightning damage.
13, nice. So, actually, hold on. You all, you see Rowina galloping in the forest. She lets go of the reins. Dusk still galloping forward. She pulls back her hands, and this orb of black lightning appears between her palms as she shoots it forward. It weaves in and throughout the trees and slams into the wolf with a yelp as the black lightning energy kind of dissipates around its exterior. Is that the end of your turn?
That's all.
All right. The wolf next to you, Danny, is going to attack you.
Cool.
It gets 18 to hit, which
misses.
And so he goes to just like bite at you, but it's like depth perception is off from that eye, and you're able to just kind of like dodge last second. It's just like this huge maw closes down right where your head was, and then it pulls back. That's the end of its turn. The one attacking the guy is going to keep attacking the guy. Gets a 7 to hit. That's not going to hit. So it's just like kind of stunned from the electrical energy, goes to bite at the guy. The guy just like dodges and rolls out of the way, and he kind of has his sword at the ready. That is the end of the wolves' turn. Oliver, you are up.
I will ride up next to the wolf that's with the guy that's attacking the guy.
Uh-huh.
And I will cast inflict wounds if I can get close enough.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's
nasty.
you kind of have to like grab onto the reins and like lean down a bit, but yeah, you can definitely do that.
Well, can I like ride up and dismount? Because I think dismounting is half movement. Is that how it works?
Sure, yeah, totally. You kind of like you ride up next to the wolf, you jump down, do a little roll and land right next to the wolf as your horse keeps
very
going.
cool.
Yeah.
Very
cool.
That is going to be 12, I think.
12 is gonna miss, unfortunately. I will say though, because it's not a battlefield you can't see, you can flank it with this man. You can come up behind it.
Thank you, merciful DM.
Yeah.
That is worse. That's 1. So
Okay, so yeah, you're not able to. You swing for it, but it is just it is a little quicker than you thought, and it's able to get out of the way.
But the attempt looks really cool.
Yeah, it sure did.
Emory's like on his horse, like.
That's a cool guy.
I can't do anything else in bonus action. That's a spell. That's my turn.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking something real quick. He doesn't have a sword actually. He has 2. The guy pulls out. He has 2 hand axes, and he has those in his hands. And he is going to look at the wolf, and he cuts a slash across his bicep, and it starts to bleed a little bit, and the axe erupts in flame as he then is going to attack this wolf at advantage with Oliver's help. That is going to hit. He deals... it's not bad. 8 plus 3, 11 points of damage as he like slices at the wolf, burning some fur immediately. And then he's going to take his other hand axe and go. Oh, actually, no, he already used his bonus action. So that's what he does on his turn. And he just has both hand axes ready. One of them is set aflame. I'll wait until Eric's here. Eric, the guy just set his axe aflame and attacked the wolf at advantage and is readying, and then he looks at you and he just kind of like nods as you guys are like kind of double teaming this. Oh, okay. Anyway, we now move on to Aeliana's turn. Emory, you're gonna be on deck.
You said that he cut his own arm, correct?
He did. He pulled a gash across his bicep.
She's like, what the fuck are you doing? So can I ride by? Can I do a ride by of him without an opportunity attack and like reach out and touch him and give him cure wounds?
Hell yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. So she's gonna like kind of like kick into the horse. Not kicking, that sounds really mean, but like, like spur the horse on.
Kick the horse.
Yeah.
And she's gonna kind of lean for flavor. I think this would be cool. She kind of leans over and like brushes the guy along the back, kind of like along the back of his shoulders, leaving like almost a line that almost drips because it's so fast. Cool. And it's cure wounds, which is a full 8 plus 3, so 11 healing to this individual.
Amazing.
As you continues riding by them.
Yeah, as you ride by, you see this man. He has 2 hand axes out. He has longer blonde hair that's kind of pulled up into a bun with like braids framing the side. He has like a trimmed blonde beard. This is the man that you see. And he is he kind of like looks at you. You immediately see
oh, hi.
Man is very attractive.
Hey, what's up?
Why did you do this?
Hey, what's up? What's good? What's good?
You immediately see the cut on his bicep, scab, and then scar over, and he turns and looks at you, and he gives you like a confident smile. And that is the end of Aeliana's turn.
Yeah, you know what? If she'll also she'll give him like a nod and a grin back, and that'll be the bardic. So
ooh, okay, a flirty bard inspiration, maybe?
No, that's not what I said at all.
All right, top of the turn order, we've got Emory. Danny, you're on deck.
Well, Oliver dismounted in a really cool way, so obviously I want to try to also dismount in a really cool way.
For sure. You're a trained
because
adventurer. You can do it.
I would get close enough to the direwolf, or like close enough, and then dismount, and then have the rest of my movement be to the direwolf. I don't quite know.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly how much that would be, but that would be my movement.
Yeah.
And I will.
And then which one are you going after? The one that's the new guy and.
Yeah, the one that's engaged with, like, I imagine that I rode past the one that was charging us, and am now, so I'll do another slash with my rapier.
I'll go ahead and say you can have advantage on this. We don't really have a map, so we could say you move in a way that you're flanking.
Hell yeah. So that is going to be a 17.
17 hits. Roll for damage. You'll also have sneak attack with Oliver and the new guy next to you.
Sneak attack with Oliver and the new guy. Not my best. 16 points of damage total.
How do you want to do this? How do you kill this direwolf?
Oh. Okay. So yeah, I would like listen, I just before we left finished Bound for Slaughter, which was like one of the best action books that I had read in a long time. So I think that like very similarly to like the gravitas that Emory was presenting in the like arena, just like playing it out, and I like jump off this horse and like plant my feet and just like swing into this direwolf, very like I'm playing the scene out, and go to slash it dies, and I'm like, oh my, okay, yes, you're muted. Zach, you're muted.
This sounds great. We can't hear any of it.
Sorry, you happen to you slash at it and you happen to catch it on the corner of its maw and drag down the mouth, just like opening up the jaw a little bit, and just like not only do you kill it, but you kind of kill it in a brutal way.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There is a moment, so like I'm shocked that I even did it because I was just like, I'm playing. And then there is a moment. I think I look a little too long at the like carnage.
Yeah.
And there's like a little moment of like, that was fun.
Yeah, okay. And I don't know how to feel about the fact that it was fun.
And then I'll turn my attention over to whatever the guy was doing, because everybody seems to now be engaged with him.
Yeah, he looks at you, and he says, "My many thanks." And then he starts to run over to the other wolf to help Danny, but he doesn't because it's not his turn. But it is Danny's turn. Danny, you're up. What do you do?
Making my attacks as normal. Don't think the first one's gonna hit. I think that's a 12.
12 is gonna miss, unfortunately.
That's cool. You know what? It's the last guy. I'll spend a key point and do flurry of blows.
Okay, yeah. 2 more unarmed strikes.
That's another 5 on the die, so that first one does not hit. That's better. 16.
16 is definitely gonna hit.
Hey, okay. It's gonna be 8 bludgeoning.
8 bludgeoning. Do you want to spend another key point to do Hand of Harm?
Sure, why not?
Actually, no. Isn't your ability, if you spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows, you don't?
Not yet. That's hand of healing I can do for free. Hand of Harm I think I can't do for free until like level 14.
But you can spend a third to do Hand of Harm.
Yeah. Okay, that's going to be an additional 7.
That's why I asked you. How do you want to do it? How do you want to kill this wolf? All by yourself. Only you have attacked him.
Wow.
Oliver missed. Oliver missed. Both times, actually, both wolves.
Had to point it out.
I think I like.
Introduce a new hot blonde, and you just have to hammer on that I missed.
I think like my. I think
that's double.
I think my first couple of hits just kind of go a little wide, and then I just use again. The pattern is that I can continuously using momentum against them. Kind of managed to just almost like I'm easing someone down to the ground. Like I just kind of push the wolf to the ground with like necrotic, just kind of taking its last little bit of life.
Yeah.
Just an easy, quick little.
Yeah. You like the wolf lunges at you. You're able to like grab both sides of its head, kind of use that momentum to flip it up on its side, pump in that necrotic damage. You hear just the littlest yelp as it like takes in an inhale that it doesn't exhale, and you have dispatched of the two wolves, and we are out of combat.
All good.
The man kind of looks over. He kind of like shakes the hand axe, and the fire goes out, and he sheaths both his hand axes, and he says, "Oh man, I could not have asked for better timing. Thank you all so much for your help. Thank you."
You okay?
A little dangerous to be venturing solo.
It sure is, and I guess that's a lesson that I just learned. My name's Xander Torn. Pleasure to meet you.
Where are you headed, Xander?
Shake his hand.
He kind of like looks to you, and you see like a moment of like, I don't know. South. I'm heading south.
Us too, kind of.
Ah. Are you heading to Clifton?
Oh no.
No.
Other direction.
No.
No, me neither.
Oh.
Oh.
That's just usually where people are going. You're not going to Wooldriar, are you?
Eventually.
I am as
You're
well.
muted, Kelsey, if you're.
Yes, maybe. And she looks and she's like, shit, I wasn't supposed to say it. Sorry.
What
heading to
business do you have in Aldria?
Well, I suppose I can trust random strangers who saved my life. Maybe. I'm looking for my brother. And whoever is the owner of this. And he pulls out a dagger that looks quite similar to a dagger that Oliver just got.
Are those people your enemy?
Well, they kidnapped my little brother, so I'd say so. And then you see him like put his hand on his hand, like his hands rest on the handles of his hand axes.
Well, then you should come with us because they are also bad.
It seems like we have a common foe, my friend.
Really?
And I'll take out a dagger and show the same thing.
What was the name? The Shadow.
Shadowblade.
No, that's the sect,
Blade.
that's the sect of the Abyss.
Oh, Sect of the Abyss is the eye. Yeah, that's right.
Gotcha.
My bad.
So you know of people who were taken? You've had people taken?
We've
untaken people that were going to be taken, and then we stopped them being taken. They weren't took.
Yes. And we're going to stop more from being taken, ideally.
Well, that's good to hear.
What do you know about this group?
I was spending time north of here, and I was informed that my little brother was taken. I'm from Runha, and I was sent the dagger by my father, and he told me of what had happened, and he told me he was as good as dead.
Insight check.
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Can I also give advantage? Let's do it separately.
Yeah.
I have pretty good.
Yeah, I would say give advantage because you need to actually like do something to give the help action.
It's pretty good. Yeah. 23 for me.
What'd you get?
Well, if I give you advantage, you'd be good.
No, you. Sorry, I said roll separately because you'd have to do.
Oh,
something
well, they've
to
been
give it
21. I
advantage.
rolled.
My first roll was 23. My second roll was much lower.
Okay. You sense that he is telling the truth. You sense a lot of guilt coming from him, and also a little bit of anger when he mentions his father. But this guy is maybe a little bit naively telling you the truth and speaking on what he is doing.
Zach, also, how common would the skills that we saw him use of like the using of the blood hunterness, how common is that?
Not.
It's a fight, super cool.
God
damn it, I'm so out of practice.
Yes, I was up north training with an order of people.
What's up north?
The mountains.
You were in the mountains? Where specific?
I mean, it didn't have a name really. It's just where the order exists. It's an order of
What
monster
order?
hunters.
Monster hunters.
Yes.
Have you seen an owlbear?
Yes.
Are they big?
Quite large, bigger than these horses.
And their heads are the owl, and
They
their
have the head
body
of a large owl and the body of a bear, but it's feathered. Large talons at their paws.
They sound like this. I'll make
Oh my
the noise that I made the other
It's
night.
actually quite good. I've worked on my owlbear calls, and that's good.
I've only read about it.
Are you all right?
Actually, yes. I'm feel fine. Thank you. You healed me right up, so I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. None of you had to do anything to help me. And
we're just a group of concerned citizens.
Yeah.
Well, aren't I lucky?
I'll kind of look around at everybody else as I talk to make sure nobody's like adamantly opposed to this, but I think that traveling alone can be quite dangerous, and if we have the same destination, I don't see why we couldn't help each other out.
Yeah.
Do you mind if
You
I
seem
look
capable?
Do you mind if I look at the hilt of the rest of your weapons, just to make sure that that's not just your dagger?
True.
Show my hammer.
Yeah, you guys.
Rapier
yeah.
and the dagger and the paintbrush.
I assure you, we're no friend of the sect of the abyss.
Right. I appreciate you.
I don't have any weapons, but you are free to inspect. Whatever you might want to do.
I'll take your word on it for now. Thank you.
Tea.
That was
tea.
quite
sip that tea.
Quite a display all of you put on. You've worked together well. Are you a group of adventurers?
Concerned citizens.
Yeah. Fledglings.
Well, I'm very lucky, and would be honored to travel with you if it wouldn't be too much trouble.
As long as you have your own
horse?
Food.
I do have my own food, and I do have a steed. Yes, Excelsior. Out of
Stanley.
You horse with glasses comes out.
You see a pure gray horse, almost that looks like the same tint as the overcast sky. And right where you see the white marking on Oliver's anvil, you see another white marking, but it's kind of like very subtly shaped into a bolt of lightning that travels down the horse's snout.
Harry Potter.
And he he says,
the horse who lived
is the lovely. I call her Big E, but her full name is Excelsior.
Big E.
And she just kind of like, you see the Big E's like, Big E is a war horse. Like, she's a big horse and like bigger than the rest of your horses.
Thick and nugget.
But also probably slower. She I found she was with me in the mountains. That's what she was made for. That's where she's from. Well, she's traveled with me all this way. Are you sure you don't mind if Big E and I join you?
No.
For
I
now?
don't see why not.
For now. Wonderful. Yes, I agree. Great. Well, He grabs onto the saddle, hoists himself up. I suppose we should be on our way.
Yeah.
Usually they travel in packs of more than 3, so I think it's a good
True.
idea.
Go!
He just kind of like, just slowly starts to make his way to the main road.
How do you feel about playing Truth or Trial, my guy?
Truth or trial? Well, I think it's a very good way to get to know each other.
It's gonna fit it right in.
Perfect.
He travels with you all for the rest of the day.
Adventuring rules!
They're so cool!
There are no consequences for our actions!
You eventually find your way to a small. There's the trees have kind of given way. You're starting to get more into the desert plains themselves. So it's a lot of open area, but you kind of find a little small valley in between some hills that gives you a little bit of cover. And you begin to set up camp there for the evening. Yes, Emory.
You said desert. The desert plains aren't really desert.
They're not really a
just,
desert.
like-
It's just like rolling grasslands with no like tree bigger than like a small shrub in sight.
And is it still, because it's like cooler and like getting towards the winter, it's still like the overcast?
Yeah, it's still a little
Okay.
overcast, a little chilly. They're called the desert plains because like not only is there no real tree in sight, but there's no like river or anything. So it's like it is kind of like a
Deserted.
desert in the it is kind of like a desert in the way that there's not a lot of fauna, not a lot of flora, but it's not really hot.
Yeah.
It's really
Ooh,
kind
we
of
had a
difference.
rollabout.
Yeah, if only
I
there were
literally
rollerboats.
was like, is there rollaboats in this world?
See what going down there. Yeah.
All right, so you
I'll roll
Make up
for
camp.
the camp if. Oh, are we?
yeah,
starting
you
that?
kind of I'm just gonna say that for this night. of
We'll let
travel,
Emory find the camp tonight.
Emory
I
finds
think
it.
Yeah.
They've deserved it.
I got a natural 22, so.
Hey, there you go.
Good
You're
one.
natural.
Okay, so
You're
then,
natural.
you find a
Wow.
little valley in between some hills that like really gives you cover from any of the wind nearby. The wind kind of like goes above you, which also means like any sounds coming from you or any light will be pretty heavily obscured. So you feel pretty good about this campsite.
Nice.
I have to say, Emory, I have not camped very often, but this might be the nicest campsite we've ever found.
Did a great job.
I've
This is
ever found.
perfect.
It's even really soft ground.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I'll use my bed.
I might not as well.
This
This
is
is wonderful.
Fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
Well, hey, let me
Thanks,
do
yeah.
let me do you a favor since you've done one for me. And he pulls out a dagger, and he kind of just like very quickly just drags it across his tongue ever so slightly.
Boom!
Uh,
Whoa, 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 whoa!
and
kind
then
of favor is
lit
this?
some flame. You
Oh.
see it heal pretty quickly, and he like puts it close to a fire that kind of alights, and he starts a fire for all of you.
That was disgusting.
Oh, sorry, that's weird. I just cut my own tongue. I apologize. I'm used to kind of being around my kind.
What are your kind? What kind of that is that?
The order.
And again,
Oh.
are you all right?
I'm fine, thank you. That was weird. I'm really sorry about that. That's quite strange.
We can all do weird
No,
shit.
We've seen
Yes.
weirder. Sure.
This feels like a good time for a round of truth or trial. if that works.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Ooh. Do we
It's
also
gonna
want
be
to do
fun
like
this
a
time.
like a hint of a talent show in this, just to kind of?
Yeah!
I don't think we need.
All right,
Don't
cool.
anybody
Never
talk
mind,
about
never
your
mind, never mind,
families.
never mind. Forget I said anything.
He can dance very well.
Like,
True.
really
Oh
well.
well, I mean, I
Danny.
wouldn't mind. If this is a talent section, and I mean, I haven't seen anyone dance, professionally. I'm just saying I wouldn't mind.
He was a
It's up to you as
professional.
It's up to you as a group.
Maybe we, when you either do your trial or answer,
Yeah,
the
for sure.
truth, you also show a talent.
Yeah, there we go.
Do you want to start us off?
Me?
No, I don't remember your
Xavier?
name. Zach Tabor.
My name's
No.
Sam.
And the Thorn. ZT.
X, like a cool
XT.
person.
X, yes, it's spelled with an X. Yes.
Xander
It sounds like a Z.
Automatically hotter. I'm sorry.
Okay, listen. My name is Xander Torn. I don't know who you're referring to, but I bet whoever you are referring to doesn't have this accent. Anyway, thank you. Sure, I will start. Let me see if I remember your names. Emory?
Yeah.
Truth or trial, Emory?
Don't ask me anything about my family.
Oh.
I don't have one,
Right.
and it's cool.
Okay.
Freebie
Natural one.
for you.
So that would be
trial.
a trial, yes.
Oh, trial.
I
Right.
feel like something special. Should have that.
A 1 or a natural 20. Well, but you're not always rolling a d20.
Show me something that you only feel you can do in this group. Sorry, was it stupid?
No.
It's a good one.
I guess.
No, that was good. I liked that.
Okay. Emory would look at Aeliana and Rowina, and then kind of at Oliver, but not at Danny at all, because Danny has made it very clear that he's not a magic user. And I would hold up my hand, and right above it, a small cluster of twinkling lights would appear.
Ooh.
And spread out like a chain of like string lights, essentially, and kind of like illuminate the camp. And I would cast dancing lights.
Wow.
Oh, and they kind of like move in a slow rotation around the group. He looks up. Oh, that's beautiful.
And I like am like really, really like intensely looking at all of the magic users in the group, because this is something that I never have told anybody ever. I don't know why.
That's very good.
Love it.
But that's all
Marvelous.
I can really do. I'm not a magic user or anything. I just like always have done. I've been able to.
I would say you're a magic user.
Yeah,
Yes,
I would
are.
also say that if this isn't magic, then I had some blue vine leaf earlier this morning, and I don't remember.
You have blue vine with leaf with you?
Yeah, yes.
It's a.
Oh,
Emory.
sure.
All right.
And he,
Sorry, no, it's okay. If not,
no. He reaches in, he pulls out like a pack, like a small little leather pouch, and he opens it up, and there's like 4 pre-rolled
Hell
blue
yeah.
vine leaf.
Oh, so you're like cool.
Cool.
He's cool,
You're like
guys.
a cool guy. All right.
He pulls one out and he hands it over to. Have you ever done this before?
And I take it.
Okay.
Can I don't know. I don't think. Hang on.
Are you proficient in blue vine?
Yeah. Making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs. Could I hold the blue vine thing to one of the lights as it's floating by, and it lights the thing?
For sure. Yeah. Definitely.
And I'll
Awesome.
take a hit.
Yeah.
God damn it, that's so cool.
That's pretty dope.
That was like a trial and a talent all in one.
Yeah, that was
You guys don't hate me because I didn't tell you?
What?
Absolutely
Why are you
not.
kidding me?
It's very cool.
You impress me every day.
You don't have to tell each other everything.
Yeah.
Emory just kind of like takes another hit and goes silent and like passes the pre-rolled blue vine.
all right. Well, I suppose it's your turn.
Oh yeah. Aeliana, truth or trial?
5. My first trial.
Your first trial.
My first-
Trials are harder than truths.
I've always
They
thought
are.
that.
Yeah. Show us your favorite spell.
Oh wait, you guys need some night sound.
Night sound.
Give us some night.
Okay.
Oh, those crickets can do it.
My favorite.
They do
It
that
is
around
the
here. They just
17-year
stop.
cycle. Of...
Does anyone
Eric's computer said something.
Does anyone volunteer?
That's the point.
It's not damage or anything.
Sure.
But if I could have a volunteer.
Oh.
Oh, all right. So she will take out her paintbrush from her hair and focus on Xander, and kind of very gracefully will kind of paint the air, if you will, and outlined in this kind of glow. And you guys have seen this before, but it's almost more artful now that it's not shot off in combat. It's like very purposeful, and there's like not just a kind of black grayish glow around him, but it almost would swirl out, and there would be like tendrils of these curving lines flowing and kind of coming back. So it's fairy fire, but it's essentially just like outlining and flowing, and it's like these pulsing kind of tendril curls of like her like the paint, and she a single tear like starts to slip down her cheek, and she quickly like moves it away, and then we'll put the paintbrush back in her hair.
I attack him with advantage.
No attack.
Well, this is quite impressive. I must say you've made me beautiful.
Oh.
Thank
I
you.
immediately look at Aeliana for her reaction.
She swallows very hard and is blushing and looks away.
That's wonderful. Wow. I wish I could do that. You know, my little brother, he was able to do things.
That explains why he might have been taken.
Really?
We found that they have a preference towards magic users.
Preferences may be too positive a word.
Right.
Well, this is
As far as we know, an exclusivity towards magic users.
Sorry, I didn't. That just reminded me. It was nice. Thank you. I suppose it's your turn, Aeliana.
Oliver, truth or trap?
There's a 9 trial.
All right.
Sorry.
No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't do that with me. She.
I'm telling you, listen. If you're a game master, have your players play truth or dare.
Just take them
It's
so much
just the
time.
way-
And then go and take an hour
What?
break.
No, it's just it's legitimately such a good way in character to get to know each other.
It's truly
It
good.
always produces good RP.
Trials are the hard ones, aren't
Trial's
they?
very hard.
Well, I was gonna say, like, have you bake something, but that's ridiculous and not feasible.
I don't
right now.
bake. I don't. That's not. It's
Oh.
something that has been falsely put on me. I don't know how to bake.
Oh, sorry. Okay. What if what if you tried to dance?
You want me to
This
try to
is good.
dance?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'll need some music.
I am not that kind of bard.
And I'm not a dancer.
I have a pan flute.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Oliver will
All right, Danny,
attempt to dance.
Danny, give a performance check, and depending on how good the music is, that'll affect Oliver's roll as well.
Oliver is not a dancer.
Performance. That's going to be a 15.
15. Danny gives you a pretty easy rhythm and followable, and it's kind of like leads you into movement. So roll a performance check at advantage.
Okay. I rolled an 11 and a 19, so it's an 18.
18. At first, Oliver's dance is a little dad in the way that he moves. But then Oliver starts to connect to his physical movements during combat and the access that he has to his body in those moments.
I'll start doing like Tai Chi type.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so you see a little bit of like capoeira type dancing coming
Close
from
my
Oliver in
eyes
this
and
moment.
start to
just like really
kind
feeling
of
the music.
forget everybody else is
For
there.
a moment, Danny has stopped playing the pan flute, and Oliver has just like continued for a moment until you realize the music has stopped and you're still moving, and then you stop.
You'll see like a tear come down Oliver's face. Like, I'm sorry, I kind of got lost in it.
I mean, am I the only one?
Yeah.
Both of you. That was
Absolutely
Nice.
amazing.
wow.
Please. I am but a humble
Fantastic.
vessel.
Wow.
Goodness.
Shut up.
So, and you, but you were the professional dancer? And he points to
Oh, yes.
I guess
Danny
not. I guess
is
not.
phenomenal. Moves more graceful than water. Rowina, I believe you.
Oh, sure.
High praise.
2. Truth.
Oh,
Truth.
finally.
Oh, boy.
Don't
Truth.
make it about family.
Yes, of course not. I will not do that.
You
I
see
will not
Xander,
use
like,
this question for personal gain. Truth. This is hard. What's the most beautiful thing you've ever laid eyes on?
Oh. My mother, my adopted mother, had a garden that would, I mean, I've never seen a garden like it in my life. She had fruits and vegetables and flowers and everything that you could imagine. I'd say that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Thank you.
All right. Who, Danny?
Xander also hasn't.
True, that was the first one to ask, so maybe.
That's okay. Hey, that's a 3, so that is a trial.
She's Googling what to make you do.
Is this, I mean, if y'all just want to see me actually dance, because I haven't really danced for you all.
What?
I've done individual moves. I haven't done a full.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a 2-part.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
So I do want you to dance, but within that dance, I want you to show off your jumping skills.
I have the perfect thing for that. And I will do. I'll post this in our chat for the exact variation that I do. It is a real variation. If anyone knows the ballet Sylvia, it's the male variation, soloist variation from Sylvia. It's a lot of jumping very high and spinning like multiple times, but it's also like it covers a lot of ground. I've done this one a lot. I actually don't really need music. If you all want to just... My encouragement for all of you is to just imagine whatever music comes to mind when you see it. I've done this a million times.
All right, Danny, roll a performance check.
So confident.
I've done it a lot.
I wish I could be that confident.
18, yeah.
18. So, Danny begins to move. Michael, why don't you describe what they see?
I'm watching it on video here.
Yeah, I think I take a moment. It's been a minute since I've done this. And I close my eyes to like get back into it. And then it's just a lot of very graceful arms. And then, I mean, the primary thing is a lot of like jeté, like leaping. And then I think, like he had mentioned earlier, his whole thing was that he was able to make his movements look really weightless. So it's not like he's in the air for any longer than normal. He just looks like it's very, very light. Like he doesn't almost weigh anything when he is able to move and kind of glide around. I think he does it. I think it's also like a 360 thing where he like kind of goes around the campfire as he travels.
You kind of end the piece by doing a very kind of like running mirthful leap over the campfire, and as you do, you spin over the campfire, causing the air of the flames beneath you to kind of twirl up towards you that moment before you continue your spin, kind of alight very softly on the other side. Wow. Oliver, that was amazing.
Damn.
I now understand what trained dancing. I mean, that was fantastic.
Amazing.
Take a bow. Yes.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Okay. All right.
Danny.
Thanks.
Danny.
It was nice to do that again. I appreciate that.
Thanks for showing us.
Not even winded.
No. Yeah, Xander.
I suppose that's the way the game goes, huh?
Yep.
That is a 2.
Truth.
Break him down, Danny.
Truth.
You do see him get like a little... Okay.
No, we're gonna keep it. This is light, breezy. We're getting to know each other.
Hand him the.
If you say tea or coffee, I'm gonna lose my mind.
No. No.
I hand him the joint.
Thank you.
Okay, what is the... Without getting too dark or like sad, what's the craziest shit you've seen on the road so far?
Honestly?
Yeah.
I was fighting a pack of 3 direwolves, and this very talented, immensely eclectic, unique group of people came and saved me.
That's us.
One of them was able to kill a wolf with their bare hands. The other was able to mend me with beautiful magic. The other brought the elements at her disposal. Another showed brutal efficiency in the way that they attacked. And another did a really cool roll off of a horse. So, I mean, to be honest with you, that was the craziest thing I've seen so far.
That's pretty dope.
Traveling ain't shit, you guys.
Well, I mean, I've also, I fought some goblins.
Ooh.
Still cool.
Ran away from a hill giant.
Goblins out here?
Also cool.
That's pretty normal.
Oh, hell yeah.
I once saw I think it was a fucking pelican, some seabird, in the middle of the woods. No reason it should have been there. Swoop down. I shit you not. Pick up a squirrel off a tree and just eat it whole. Yes.
Wow.
Craziest shit I've ever seen.
I wonder if it was a druid. in disguise.
Very well could have been.
Maybe.
You never know.
I think it was probably just a bird that lost its way. Would be weird if a
Odds
druid
are it was a
just
druid.
eating the squirrel whole. No, I mean, it was literally like I was minding my business, squirrel in the tree. I was like, hey, what's up, squirrel? And I mean, out of fucking nowhere, just swoop down all in one. Nature is metal. It is crazy out
Were
there.
you near a body of water?
Kind of. I wasn't that far off, but like it wasn't. We weren't. I'd say probably about like a couple miles from like the nearest shore.
Huh.
So like it's not unheard of, but like damn, in the middle of the woods,
Crazy.
pelican thing.
Huh.
Those things are weird.
It's very strange.
Aeliana looks at Xander and goes, Oliver was convinced that a squirrel was a druid and
All
killed
right.
it
Oh.
for no reason.
It was
just a
brutal.
squirrel.
It was actually kind of the grossest thing that I've seen
It
so
was the
far.
most
I
insane
stand by
thing
my
I've
actions.
Better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Thank you.
seen.
It was like a paste. Like it
Ooh,
wasn't even a
God.
thing anymore.
All right, yeah, wonderful. That's great. I've seen some violent things. I understand.
Where are you from?
Ronhar.
We have already discussed that. Thank you. Reminding me.
Do you
Alright.
do you have a talent?
Put your tongue in light of fire. I would
I
say.
was gonna
that's-
say turning your
That's cool.
turning your
Don't
blood
hurt
into
yourself
fire
again.
is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, please don't.
I can
Um,
mutate my blood. Yes.
Wow.
I can also. There's other things that I've learned to do through my order.
That's forever, or did you have to learn it?
Oh, I had to learn it for sure.
How'd you know that that's what you wanted to do?
Well, I had to learn it and also be gifted it. I needed to. Wanted to. Our mother was killed
Oh,
by
family stuff. Okay.
a creature. There are many creatures that roam this land. Some are fauna just trying to get by. Some seem to be bred for violence. It is those that I would like to see eradicated.
Clifford?
I'm quite tired, so I think I might head to bed. I'll take the second watch.
I'll take first.
Wonderful.
Can take I'll take first watch as well.
Did you say something, Kelsey?
Aeliana looks at Danny to wait and see which watch he wants first.
After you.
That is fine. I'm pretty tired.
I'll take.
Well, Danny.
All right. Well, I'll take second watch then.
No,
Alright.
first. You're on first with him. Oh wait,
Oh,
I lied.
thought he
Oh
was
no, I
second.
lied.
No,
Oh, wait, never
second.
mind. Never mind. I misheard. Ignore everything I did. I thought there was. Never mind.
Wow.
Eventually,
Never mind.
everyone finds themselves to sleep. Emory and Rowina, the two of you, roll a d6 for me. Both of you.
Oh, nar.
Whoa,
Each of us? 1.
What'd you get, Emory?
4.
4. Okay. Your watch goes on without a hitch. You wake up Danny and Xander. Xander kind of just posts up, makes uses his pack to kind of lean up against, and takes watch with you, Danny. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Real dance begins, Danny.
5.
The two of you are taking watch, and you're kind of leaned back, watching. So how long have you all been traveling together?
Not long. Only about a couple weeks.
Oh. Gotcha. Are you all from the same place?
No. Kid, Emory. They're the only one that's from Daria. The rest of us are kind of spread out.
Oh, is that where you all met each other, Daria?
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Do you see that? And he kind of like looks up, and you see what looks like a large winged creature kind of like circling towards your direction. I just feel like that looks large.
There's no fucking way.
What?
Oh, we just heard that there was like a winged devil situation going on around. There's no way. I'll put my goggles on.
You put your goggles on. You see that there is a second one.
Oh.
And you see that they are definitely coming in your direction. With your goggles on, I will say you see leathery wings. You see a four-legged creature covered in fur and stripes. And you see like a long spiked tail.
Getting everybody up.
Right. He goes over and he starts waking everybody up. All of you wake up in time to see two getting larger figures kind of making their way towards the fire. And you see...
Do we hide?
Xander is like looking up and he says, "Oh no." And he gets out his two hand axes. And then he says, "Manticore." And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Whoa, two manticores?
Manticores? Two of them?
Two of them.
I love
They're
traveling.
cool.
You see these like tiger-bodied, almost lynx ears.
I have
these
been
like
so cool.
leathery wings and long spiked tails.
I've been, not in this obviously campaign, but in a previous campaign, I have had one of these things almost kill me.
Oh, no. Great.
At level 4.
But they didn't get a surprise round on you because of Danny's passive perception.
Thank you, Danny.
You're welcome.
Emory, what'd you get?
A natural 20 plus 5, so 25.
Nice. Danny.
That's a 14 for me.
14. Oliver.
With advantage, a 9.
Okay. Rowina.
30-20.
Dirty 20. What's your Xander also got a dirty 20. What's your dexterity?
A good question. In just a second.
I think he's more dexterous than you.
+1.
Yeah, he's more dexterous than you. Aeliana.
21.
21.
Damn.
Nice.
Nice, guys.
And then the Manticore. Let's cut. There we go. They also got a dirty 20, but they are lower in dex. Actually, they're higher in dex than you, Rowina. Alrighty. They are flying down towards you in this moment. I will say they are about 60 feet away. In the moment right now, it's the top of the turn order. Emory, what do you do?
Do they look like they have spotted us?
Yes, they look like they're heading right towards you.
You guys. Okay.
Even though you chose a great place, it's an open flame in the middle of fields. Like they can fly, so they're definitely gonna notice you.
Heard. I would scramble off of my bedroll, grab my short bow, and yes, I will roll to hit.
Right.
And I get. Do I get advantage?
Because they haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
What'd you get?
These first fucking rolls. It's only an 8.
At advantage?
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, that's gonna miss. You're just a little sleepy. You pull back your arrow. It goes wide.
I will then use my movement to no, I'll just stay there. That's my turn.
All right. You stay there for your turn. It is now Aeliana's turn. They're about 60 feet above you. Xander's on deck. And then Rowina. No, and then the Manticore, and then Rowina.
So, okay. I'm gonna step over to Oliver and pat his shoulder and give him full strength enhance ability, which would be advantage on strength checks.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's what you use primarily for your attacks.
Yes,
Strength.
but it would be strength check.
It's checks, not attacks.
Oh, what?
Yeah. That's good for
well then never mind.
Yeah, that's good for like
screw
acrobatics checks, stealth checks.
What?
You know,
The best one for
perception
combat
checks.
is like the one that there's one that gives you temporary HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we'll
Really
do
good
that
for
one then.
combat.
We'll do that one. We'll do Bear's Endurance. That's 2d6 temporary hit points.
Nice. You can go ahead and roll that, Aeliana.
Okay, 2d6. 4 plus 5, 9 temporary hit points.
All right, nice. You feel as like what is it called? Bear's Endurance? Bull's Endurance?
Oh god,
What
I
is
lost
it?
it. Bear's Endurance.
She touches your shoulder, and for a second you hear this like this like growl of this bear that kind of like echoes as you feel yourself, like you feel your veins pulse. You feel a little
Like
bit
I just
more-
took pre-workout.
a
or
little
something.
bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Perfect.
All right, that's your action.
Yes, and then.
By the way, we've had a short rest since the last combat, but not a long rest. Just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So then hold on, because it's been. Oh, that was only 10 minutes. Okay. And then my. Who's next in the turn order?
Manticore and then Rowina.
Xander's technically next.
Oh.
And Manticore, then Rowina. Yeah.
Okay, I will give then Xander another bardic inspiration because the last one wore off.
Okay, and how do you do that?
God.
Yeah,
You're
how
gonna
do
get
you
away
do
with it. How
it?
do you do it?
She looks at him and she goes, you got this?
He kind of like looks to you.
Way to inspire.
Wait, inspire. Yeah, oops. And then that's it. That's all I can do. I'm gonna probably back up and hide
Okay.
behind a tree.
Classic.
Then wait.
Bard.
There's
I'm
no
very
trees.
Oh,
But
oh,
you
duh.
can.
Oh, God.
That's
is
what
there
I was
rock?
thinking too, and then
Is
I was
there
like, we're
rock
in a
that I
valley.
could crouch behind, potentially?
I'll
Pretty
say.
much a rock.
I'll say you could just kind of like
Oh,
get
yeah, I'll just
behind
stand
the
behind-
majority of your friends. You know.
We'll just stand behind Oliver.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay.
I kind of get better ideas for giving bardic. I forget every time. I panic every time.
I think that fits your character.
Yeah,
It does.
she's
Well,
charming
just-
because of her panic.
She's like, ah!
All right.
You.
Hey, you! Good luck!
That was your turn. It is now Xander's turn. Xander is going to look up at what's happening. He kind of like looks over at you, Aeliana, and nods. And you see him take a moment of hesitation as he kind of like looks at all of you. And then he just shakes his head. And you see him not get his hand axes out, but he just kind of like stands there and he starts to like flex, and you see the haunch of his back kind of like elongate. He starts to grow a little bit. You see his snout as Xander turns into his wolf form in front of all
kill
of
him.
you. As he is he has this blonde fur that kind of like these bright yellow eyes, and he then takes his claws and he scratches it across his chest, and his claws light in flame as he's like staring, looking at this guy, at the Manticore. But that's all he can do on his turn. It is now the Manticore's turn. They are going to fly within 10 feet of all of you with 50 feet of movement speed. And as they fly, you see their tails kind of like curl up, and you see these spikes on their tails, and 3 spikes from each of their tails shoot down towards all of you. We're going to say that 2 go to Oliver, 2 go to Xander, and Yeah, 2 go to Emory, which makes sense because you fired your arrow.
Yeah.
So the 2 that are going after Oliver, that's a natural 20 and a natural 1. So the natural 20 is gonna hit. That's 17 points of piercing damage. As one of those
for that 9 temp.
As one of those tail spikes just embeds itself right where your arm, like your chest armor connects with the armor, just embedding itself right in your shoulder there. Definitely hurts. The 2 going after Xander are an 8 and a dirty 20, which is gonna hit, dealing him 10 points of piercing damage. That is, actually, let me make sure of something. Yeah, he's resistant to that. So it'll be a total of 5. As he, as one of the spikes just kind of like hits his like upper thigh, and he rips it out, kind of throws it off to the side. That's going to be the end of his turn. The 2 that are going after Danny. That is an 11 and a 24. The 24, I'm assuming, hits.
24 hits.
Do you mean
sorry,
Danny or Emory?
sorry, I meant Emory. My bad. So
I was
that's
like-
8 points of piercing damage to Emory.
8, you said?
8 points of piercing damage to Emory. That is the end of their turns. Rowina, you are up. Danny, you're on deck.
Cool.
With it being so close, I'm gonna use my action to cast Mage Armor, kind of collecting the shadows around us as an extra layer of protection.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm gonna Quicken Spell and cast Poison Spray, which is a 10-foot reach. So I'd like to try to stay 10 feet away from any of them.
Nice, yeah. I mean, they're still above you, so you guys see the shadows form around Rowina, forming this set of armor before they kind of absorb into her skin. And then you see her just kind of like look up and exhale out. And as she does, this poison spray goes up to these manticore. What is the saving throw on that?
Constitution.
Constitution. That is a 16 and an 8.
Ooh, so that is... I think I can only get one of them. Oh, well... Yeah. The 16 is going to succeed. The 8 fails. Can I only get one of them? What's happening?
They're laughing at something in the Discord channel. Don't ignore them.
No, Kelsey
my
sneezed in
headphones off,
her
I'm so
headphones.
sorry.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So, sorry, you can only get one of them. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
apologize.
So
one fails. We'll say it's the one that fails.
okay. So that is gonna take 12 points of poison damage.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you see that manticore immediately kind of like roar and like rear back with its wings. It starts like beating its wings. Yeah, you definitely caused some pain for that one, but it, you know, these look like sturdy creatures, so it's still got a bit in it. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that is the end of my turn.
All right, that's the end of your turn. Danny, you are up. Oliver, you're on deck.
Cool. Am I? Cause you said they're still a little bit up in the air. Is there any way that I can get to one of them I would be flanking at all? If not, like,
no, they're 10 feet in the air. Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I'm just gonna try and do my best to make a couple attacks at them. Would I even be able to like melee attack?
Not unless you have 10 feet of range.
The only thing I can do is send a dart. I have a dart.
Yep. So you can send a dart their way.
Did he jump
Okay.
off my shoulders?
Later. No, that's an 8.
Yeah, 8's gonna miss. You are not really equipped for this situation. You throw a dart, it goes in the air, just kind of goes wide. One of them just kind of barrel rolls out of the way.
Okay. Awesome. I guess I'll just use
I
a.
would say if Oliver wants to hold an action to like set you up, that is something that is possible, but that's not
No.
something. Yeah.
That's fine. I'll just do bonus action patient defense. That's gonna be my turn.
Perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. Bonus action patient defense. You just kind of get in your stance, get ready. That is the end of your turn. Oliver, you're up. Emory, you're on deck.
Have either of them been hurt yet?
One of them has, yeah.
He doesn't look bloody at all. She just took a hit. Okay.
Yeah.
The one
that's
been
hit, but yeah.
the one that's been hit, I will cast at a second level guiding bolt.
Ooh,
so let's make a ranged
nice.
attack.
Roll for attack on that. Shut up, Kona.
I rolled a 2, so 8. Damn it. 8 to hit.
8 is gonna miss, unfortunately.
Yep. Which I don't think
You roll the guiding bolt just kind of goes wide as it dodges out of the way.
As a bonus action, I will just try to make myself look big. Just trying to try to get him to attack. I don't know if that'll
if you're using your whole bonus action for it, I'll say roll a intimidation or persuasion. I'll allow you to roll those, either one, with your strength modifier in this moment.
Cool. That'll be an 18 at that.
18, perfect. All right, that's the end of your turn. Emory, you are up.
I will.
And
they're at this point they're still 10 feet away, right?
Correct.
I would just loose another arrow from my short bow.
At the one that's been hurt or the one that's not been hurt?
Which one's closer? The one that's been hurt?
They're about equidistant.
The one that's been hurt.
Okay. Roll for attack.
That is an 18.
18 will hit. Roll for damage.
And no one is within 5 feet of them, right?
Unfortunately not. No.
Okay. No sneaky. So that is an 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I would run to start to move closer to them, not to be directly under them, but if they landed, I'd be ready to slash at them.
Okay, yeah. Kind of try to see where they might land.
Yeah.
Gauge where that might happen. Is that the end of your turn?
That is, yeah.
All right, Aeliana, you are up. Xander's on deck.
Rolled damage, so I'm doing Cloud of Daggers on the one that has already been hit. That is going to be 10 slashing?
Do they have to do a saving throw at all?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
It just appears on top of them. Yep, 10 slashing damage.
So you see these inky black daggers. I kind of like to imagine that you push your hands out and from behind you, these inky black daggers.
Yeah, and they look cooler now. Every time she casts a spell, it gets a little bit more detailed. I think at the beginning it was really slappy, goopy, and now it's getting to be a little bit more.
Yeah,
clear.
Perfect. It's almost just the trail of them is where the gookiness comes in. And you just see it swirling around this manticore, immediately cutting through the webbed wings, and you hear it roar in pain. It's looking a little hurt now for sure.
And that's going to be my turn.
That is the end of your turn. Xander is going to kind of get up next to where Emory is and hold his action. Pretty sure that they're going to land. So that's what Xander is going to do. The manticores are going to land. One of them is the one who has not been hurt is going to land next to Oliver. The one who has been hurt is going to spend its turn through the cloud of daggers. Is that at the end of its turn? That it would take damage if it stayed?
Let me confirm for you. It takes it when it enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Okay, so it does
on
it again.
Its turn. Oh, sweet.
So
nice.
Yeah, roll. So or does it just stay the same?
I don't know. You can decide. I don't
guess
think
yeah. No, I would say it's a roll every time.
Okay.
Because you could always. Because I wouldn't want to penalize somebody
That's another
a really low roll.
8. Another 8.
8, nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this guy's looking definitely bloodied at this point, and he's going to land next to Xander and Emory. Emory, you weren't actually holding an action, right? You were just getting a position.
No, I was just
Cool.
Yeah.
He's going to land right in the middle of you though, giving advantage on the held action for Xander. He can't use his bonus action, but he can use his one claw at advantage. That is going to hit with a 17. He deals 6 points of slashing damage and 1 point of fire damage to the creature for a total of 7. It's definitely looking like a little hurt now. It is going to... why does it get so quiet there at the end? Okay. It is then going to make a bite attack and a claw attack at Xander, and then another claw attack at Emory. So the bite attack on Xander is a 19, which is going to hit. The claw attack is a 16, which is going to hit. Dealing a total of 14 halved to 7 points of damage against Xander. Which already he's looking a little hurt as well. Big gashes appear across his abdomen. And then the one against Emory, 14 plus 5 is a 19. That's going to hit you.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a total of 6 points of slashing damage at you, Emory. Your intimidation check worked. We got 3 attacks coming your way, Oliver. A bite and 2 claws. The bite...
19 AC.
12 plus 5 is a 17. That's going to miss. And then 2 claw attacks. That's a 7 and a 10. So you guys see the manticore comes down, lands, is just like trying to bite, leans up on its hind legs, slashes twice. Oliver's just able to backing you up a little bit, Aeliana, as he
I'm prepared to
definitely guards you in this way, is tanking the way a tank should. That is the end of the manticore's turn. It is now Rowina's turn. Danny's on deck.
Okay, am I able to get back far enough where we are to make a ranged spell attack without it being at disadvantage?
For sure. The only people who are in melee are Xander, Emory, and Oliver, so you already can.
Okay. So I'm going to try to first back up my full 30 feet of movement.
Sure, yeah. Start to back up one of the hills a little bit. Also gives you a little bit of high ground.
Yep, and then I'm just going to we're going to go back to sleep after this, right? So I'm going to throw a 2nd level chromatic orb of black lightning at the one... Who are they engaged with right now?
One is attacking Xander and Emory. One is just attacking Oliver.
I'll do it the one that's attacking Oliver since he's by himself.
Okay, roll for attack.
12 plus 6, 18.
18's gonna hit. Roll for damage.
Okay. 12, 16, 21 points of lightning damage.
Wow.
You see this bolt of lightning come out of nowhere, Oliver, slam into the side of the creature. He kind of gets electrified, roars in pain, some of the lightning curving and arcing between its fangs as it roars, definitely causing a good amount of damage to it in one hit.
Wow.
And that's it.
All right, that's the end of Rowina's turn. Danny, you are up.
Cool. I would like to get in melee range, flanking the one that's attacking Oliver.
Yep, easily done. Roll for attack.
So with advantage, 21.
21 will hit. Roll for damage.
First attack, that's just going to be 6 on the first.
Okay.
Plus 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Another 6.
Okay. What does it look like as Danny runs up and attacks this creature?
I think I go up behind it. If you'll allow it, just for flavor, want to grab a couple of the spikes off its tail and then jam it into it.
Sure, yeah. It has numerous spikes. You grab a couple of spikes from its tail, kind of stab into it. It roars back in pain at you. Do you want to do anything else, or is that the end of your turn?
No, I think that's gonna be it for me.
All right, Oliver, you are up. Emory's on deck.
Does the one that me and Danny are fighting, is it bloodied or still looking pretty good?
The one that you and Danny are fighting?
Yeah.
I mean, it just took the 20 from
Looking
Rowina.
hurt, but
Just took 42.
yeah, looking
whatever.
hurt. But wait, it did take 42
Okay.
points of damage.
I don't. Sorry, you said 21 damage.
Yeah. But it took a lot, and it's not bloodied. It's right on the edge of it though.
Then I will, at a second level, with advantage with flanking with Danny, cast inflict wounds again.
Oh,
as I
yeah.
don't take out my
Nice.
hammer yet, and just kind of grab a chunk of its skin.
Yeah,
I
roll
guess.
advantage.
Let's do a lot of these two. It's gonna be a 22 to hit.
That'll definitely hit. Roll damage.
So it's 4d10
Nice.
Oof.
product damage.
You could kill it here.
Pretty good. I rolled 3 8s and or 2 8s and 9 and a 3. 16, 27, 30 points of chronic damage.
Ooh! So you like it like turns around to fight Danny after Danny hits it with its own spikes, and you like grab on as if you were grabbing like the scruff of a cat's neck. You grab
Yes.
on and you pump that inflict wounds. The creature immediately roars in pain. Danny, you see blood start to pour out of its mouth. Its eyes immediately go bloodshot. This creature is looking hurt.
You're awesome, Oliver.
I'll just grab it and I'll just say, like, get away from my friends. And they can't stop.
Oh.
Alright.
And bonus action, I will do nothing. That is my turn.
Alright, that's the end of your turn. Emory, you are up.
Okay, now that it's on the ground, and am I still flanking with...
Yeah, you're flanking, so you'll have advantage on
yeah.
this attack. And sneak
I
attack if you
will
hit.
drop the short bow and switch it for the rapier and go for a attack.
Perf.
And it's at advantage. So that is 19 to
19
hit.
will hit. Roll damage. With sneak attack.
That's all sixes.
Amazing.
Devil.
So yeah, 666. So that's
18.
18 points of damage
Plus.
plus 4. 22
22.
points of damage of stabby stab damage.
Plus your plus your rapier. Did you roll the D8 for your rapier?
Yeah, that was all of it.
Oh, okay, so you got rolled.
D8.
What'd you roll in the rapier?
So the rapier was a 6. The 2 sneak attacks were both 6s
Oh,
plus 4.
I thought for some
was
reason
the
your sneak
modifier.
attack was 3d6. That's what I was considering.
Not
No,
yet.
not yet.
The reason
so
why I
it's
was asking that is
22.
because out of game, it had 23 hit points left.
So yeah, it's.
So it's looking incredibly hurt.
Yeah.
You grab your rapier, you stab it right through the throat, like underneath, and penetrating the esophagus. It starts like
Ugh.
coughing blood. You pull it out, it spurts out blood.
I would maybe see that based on the fascination of the last time that we killed something when I was like,
Yeah.
for my bonus action, I'll take out the hooked dagger,
Yeah.
and do an offhand
All you have to
attack.
do is roll to hit.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Yeah!
How do you kill this manicore, Emory?
I think that it,
2, how do you want
like,
to do it in one session?
It feels like I stab it, all of that happens, and there's like something in me that's like, I could end this.
Yeah.
And so I take out the hooked dagger, which like really has been used for crits in the past, and like hit to kill, and
Yeah.
I'll just take it and it just like really slowly shove it into kind of like next to where I have the rapier already embedded, and don't break eye contact with
Yeah.
the.
You see that Emory just opens up the wound, basically slitting the throat of this manticore. Blood begins to pour out. It stumbles slightly before falling to the ground dead. Xander kind of like and looks over at you, but then you see a like smirk appear on the snout, and he like takes his flaming claws and like reaches out to you like this, sees the flame, and like and then puts like the non-flaming hand towards you like this. Basically, like you can tell he's like asking for a fist bump.
Oh my god!
You fist bump him. He kind of
That's so good.
smiles, and then he starts to head towards the other manticore.
Oh my god.
That's my turn.
All right, that's the end of your turn. It is now Aeliana's turn. Xander's on deck.
Who is the most hurt? Is there anyone that's like notably very hurt right now?
Xander? I
Xander
think he's taking the
is
most.
at half health. Yeah.
Cool beans. so she also seeing that manticore is no longer an issue is gonna she's hiding behind Oliver, and she just kind of like scurries over and will cure wounds. I'm just gonna do first. Okay, that is gonna be math 8 healing.
You approach the wolf form of Xander. As he's like running over to the manticore, he sees you. He stops. And you see that his ears like go flat on his head.
Oh my god.
And he like bends down for a second and like sniffs you a little bit, and you cast the cure wounds, and you see
she just like goes up and
the gash on his chest begin to heal.
And it's like the little again, it's like that almost like
the stitching,
the sewing, yeah.
And he his head is like bowed, and he just kind of like very briefly like lowers his snout and like pushes his head into your chest, and then runs after.
She'll like do a little like after you.
And it is now his turn. He's going to run up and attack this manticore at advantage. It's really low health. That's a nat 20 on one of the attacks. So you see Xander jump up onto this manticore, land on top of it. He takes his claws and reaches around and stabs into the eyes of the head of the like tiger of the manticore, and then just like pulls back, and just like this searing gash across the manticore's skull as it then falls to the ground dead, and we are out of combat.
Hey, all right.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You guys were amazing. That was amazing. Wow.
You see
Good teamwork.
You see Xander like step off of this manticore and kind of like move to the side, and he begins to like kind of shake, and some of the fur begins to like fall away, and then before it hits the ground it like dissipates, and like it doesn't stay collected on the ground, and he just kind of becomes his human form again.
Well, that was a truth or trial.
That's a cool trick.
Is it too late for a submission to the talent show?
I think you just did it, my guy.
You won.
Yeah, you won the talent show.
You won.
I'm sorry.
Are you in control of that?
That is the entire reason I sought out the order. Yes. Yes, I am.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, you sense that not only is he telling the truth, but there was a time when he couldn't, and you just hear pain in his voice.
Oh,
as if this was a hard-earned control of his power that he got, but he's treating it a little bit more nonchalantly. But with a dirty 20, you sense some pain there. And he says, "I'm really sorry if I frightened any of you. It was instinct, to be honest."
Honestly, it was cool as hell.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was very cool. Don't be sorry.
If anything, I like you more.
It was a werewolf that killed my mother. Turned me at a young age. And the order taught me to not only control it, but to use it so that others didn't face the same fate. There are others in my order that are like me. Some are a bear, a tiger, a boar.
Lion.
Yes, lion.
Oh my.
I'm a wolf.
That book, right?
Wait a minute, a boar?
Very cool.
We saw a big ass boar earlier today.
Well, he's like half boar, half human, like me.
Oh, okay. This was just
I think that was a normal.
This is just a big boar.
Just a boar.
You saw the man called himself Molyander?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ran into him as well?
Yes. Very eclectic man.
Cool.
Oh,
Real
I
cool.
look at to the sides of me.
It's
my
metaphor.
God.
Okay, it's metaphor. We
It's
got
a
to teach you about. We have to
metaphor.
teach
Around
It's a
you.
for
metaphor.
the amount
I'm just
that you
making sure. I'm just making sure.
for the amount that you read. You should really know about metaphors.
I know about metaphors, but sometimes it said,
Alright.
don't look ahead of you, look to the sides of you, and if
Alright.
that's
It's
gonna be
around.
Did you get
It's
a
a-
fortune from him
I
as
did,
well?
yes. Yeah.
Was it equally as odd? And
Some of us got really cool specific stuff. Others was more like follow your passion, which
metaphors.
yeah, cool.
Similes. I know about these things.
Mine was it looked like a pocket watch. And, well, he told me that time was of the essence. In a manner of speaking. And so, I don't know, I think it might have something to do with my brother.
Well, we should
make haste.
probably get back to sleep so we can get
Yeah.
moving in the morning.
For real.
Right.
We do with these guys, and I like kick the mancore bodies.
Leave him.
Dinner?
Their heads would pay you a pretty price. I'm a monster hunter. I see these bodies and I see trophies. That's just me.
Spikes
personally.
could also be useful. I don't know how,
What's a
but
pretty price?
For the head of a manticore, depending on where you take it, in Ronhar at the Monsters Guild, you'd probably run you 50 gold
each?
each head.
Nice.
Let's start
Oh.
shopping.
Yep.
That's how a lot of adventurers make their money. It's monster hunting.
I have a
We
hammer.
gotta learn about this. We need to start taking trophies.
I'd start
You
cutting
take?
the
Would
head
you
off
say you
one
take
of-
your hammer and what?
No, I said I have a hammer. I can't do
Oh,
it.
okay.
Something else.
What
I
do you
would
do with the
start.
hammer?
Yeah, like
I'd prefer to not, so I'm just gonna go
Oh.
back to
No,
bed.
I would pull it out of the camp and like away before I would start hacking.
Yeah.
I guess.
Xander does follow you for a moment, Aeliana. I'm a little aggressive in that form, and I feel like I might have scared you. And I just want to say I'm sorry.
Oh no, absolutely not. No, it's fine. We've seen very, very scary, crazy things. I'm getting a little more used to it.
Right. Well, I just wanted to make sure.
Are you all right? I keep asking that, and I'm sure it's really annoying. I'll just
No,
It's
it's
fine.
very thoughtful of you. I'm fine. I'll heal up come morning. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool trick. You know, my order teaches that success comes through pain. It's nice to have that pain, the cost of the success, be so easily remedied. Thank you.
I'd like to hear more sometime. Not now. You're busy, but depending on how long we pain and gift together. I suffer from this, and I'd like to hear how you get through. If that's all right.
Of course. Good night, Aeliana.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Danny. Way to... I mean, we did what we were supposed to do, so good job.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. Oh, yep. All right. There you go.
I high five and I fist bump. That's what I do. So be prepared for more high fives and fist bumps coming your way, concerned citizens.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Great. And you see him just kind of like cross his arms and like lay down on his bedroll. And the rest of the night takes you, and we will pick up there next week.
Yay!
That's the end of today's session.
No.
Thank you all so much for watching. We're out of Dariok. We're traveling.
Wow.
We're an adventuring party. We're fighting monsters.
No, that wasn't anything. This is all.
Yeah, and it's going to continue to be just this easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank
Hey,
you all for
listen,
watching.
changed my mind.
Thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it. Thank you to my players, the best players a GM can ask for. I say it every time, but guess what, guys? I mean it every time. As
Inside
always,
check.
everybody say bye.